From McCormick Gymnasium in Fargo, North Dakota. Good evening, everyone. I'm Cade Busick alongside Jed Thomas. We get ready set for North Dakota High School girls basketball action as the Shanley Deacons prepare to take on the Valley City Highliners. Girls varsity basketball on Shanley TV is presented by the Shanley Athletic Club, taking Deacon athletics to a higher level. Well, tonight we have a very interesting matchup tonight with the Valley City Highliners coming to Shanley to take on the Deacons. What are a few big storylines tonight, Jed?
Well, Kate, you know, it should be a good one tonight. Shanley starting off their season here, as is Valley City. Shanley obviously losing a lot of talent from last year's squad. They come in riding a 70-game win streak with 3 straight state titles. But, you know, they bring back a lot of good talent from last year, and it'll be interesting to see what they can do tonight. On the Valley City side of things, you know, they're still a young team, but they got a lot of good juniors and sophomores who I think we'll see step up tonight.
Thank you, Jed. I think we'll take it down to the PA announcer for now. Thank you, guys. We'll talk to everybody a little bit later. This will be a good one.
Good evening and welcome to McCormick Gymnasium on the campus of Shanley High School for tonight's season opening girls basketball game featuring the visitors on the scoreboard, the Valley City Highliners, and your home team, Shanley Deacons. Shanley High School would like to remind all fans that we are a tobacco-free campus, so we ask that you refrain from smoking on the school grounds during your visit this evening. The concession stand and restrooms here at Shanley High School are located in the Commons area. At this time, we ask that you please rise, remove all headwear as Father Charles LaCroix will lead us in prayer.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Father, all-powerful, never-living God, we dwell always and everywhere to give you thanks, and we thank you for gathering us together tonight for these contests. We ask you to be with us and watch over us and bless us, not only tonight, but throughout the entire season. Also keep the players free from injury and harm. Allow them to play to the best of their ability. May they enjoy the contest here tonight and throughout the season. May everything that we think, say, and do here tonight give you great honor, glory, and praise. And we pray all this in the name of your Son, Jesus, by the power of your Holy Spirit. You are God forever and ever. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Please remain standing as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
High school girls basketball action is next after a brief word from our sponsors.
This broadcast is presented by American Family Insurance, Ken Craft Agency, Bell Bank, Butler Machinery Company, the Fargo Jet Center, First International Bank and Trust, Form Communications, Luther Family Buick GMC, Master Construction, Moore Engineering, Netrix IT, Northern Improvement Company, Off the Wall Advertising, Robert Gibb and Sons, Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Shields All Sports in Fargo, and TCI Insurance.
The starting lineups, the Deacons are going to be going with 2 freshmen at the guards, while Valley City will be going with number 5, Casey White, and Regan Ingstad. Valley City will be going with Megan Roswick at forward, Julia Vetter at forward,
At forward for the Highliners, up 5'9" junior, number 24, Courtney Lloyd.
Valley City will go with 24, Courtney Lloyd at forward.
6'1" junior, number 2, Sierra Bird. At center for the Highliners, a 6' sophomore, number 21, Taryn Dieterle.
And at center, they will go with Taryn Dieterle at center.
6'3" senior, number 32, Emily Dietz.
And the Deacons will go with Emily Dietz at center.
All right, so yeah, they're your starting lineups there, Kate, and I just have a couple notes for those. I think we'll start off on the Shanley side here. Obviously, we talked earlier about how much talent they lost from last year's squad, and you know that's going to be a storyline all season long. It's just impossible not to talk about it when you lose players like Sarah Jacobson and Lauren Rotunda. But I think what we see in the starting lineup is just how well this Shanley machine, if you will, works. I mean, you've got Emily Dietz starting at center, the NDSU commit, definitely an extremely capable player. She started on last year's state championship squad, and she's going to be getting huge minutes here as a senior captain for the Deacons. You know, another name that stands out to me on that Shanley side of the ball is Sierra Berg. She played some very big minutes last year. The junior forward has got great height, too, to go along with all that experience. And so, while Shanley lost a lot, I do think we're going to see a strong team just like last year. Maybe not as good, but still very strong.
Shanley wins the tip, goes to Riley Payne, pass to Julia Vetter, gets stolen by the Highliners, White. Foul on Riley Payne, her first.
It is worth noting, like you mentioned earlier, Shanley's got 2 freshman guards in there. They got a lot of minutes last year as 8th graders, but still 2 freshman starters. You might see some mistakes, and right there that foul early on, maybe one of those things about starting a freshman.
Yeah, this Shanley team really cannot afford to get into foul trouble. Well, these freshmen need to play discipline this year if they want to have a chance to win another state championship.
Very talented freshmen they've brought in, though.
Yeah, they have a chance to be a really good team in a couple of years, especially. Riley Payne takes the ball up the floor. She passes it off to Hadley Huber, down to Julia Vetter. Sierra Berg gets the ball in the corner, who throws it up to Hadley Huber, then down to the corner to Hadley. Emily Dietz shoots for 2, misses. Sierra Berg gets the rebound and is fouled.
Berg right there working in the paint. She picks up the foul, and I think that's something you'll see out of her a lot this season. Really dominant player inside the paint, a lot like Emily Dietz. Those two, I think, will combine to draw a lot of fouls from the other team.
Then they'll take a lot of big rebounds from other teams, give the Deacons second chance points that a young team will really need this year. She misses the first free throw. Makes the second. Deacons get ready to press.
Riley Payne right there knocked that one right back into the arms of the referee.
They throw it off to the right in the corner. Shanley's appearing to play a man press. As they're getting the ball down the floor. Or they got her trap. They've got the Highlanders trapped. They get out of it. Casey White passes it off. Sierra Berg gets the steal. Riley Payne gets the ball. She's dribbling up the right side. And she had Julia Vetter wide open under the basket, but she missed that. Riley Payne had the ball on the corner. She didn't take the shot. She gets the ball up to Hadley. Emily Dietz has the ball in the corner. Julia takes a drive, takes a shot. Off the back iron. Sierra Berg gets fouled there, and she is going to play physical all night.
Yeah, that she will. And right there draws another foul. So Sierra Berg right off the bat able to draw 2 fouls from the Highliners there. Highliners had an impressive display of passing right there underneath the Shanley hoop. However, they turned it over to the Deacons, and I think that's a good representation of some of that strong D Shanley will play. They do return a lot of very strong defensive players on this squad.
Yeah, this Shanley team, if they can play D, they can stay in any game, and they should be able to with the size that they bring. They are one of the biggest teams in the EDC this year. Shot clock running down. Taryn Dieterle, he doesn't, gets the ball stolen. And Hallie Huber takes the ball up the floor. Emily Dietz gets the ball on the side. She misses the 2-pointer, but Sierra Berg gets another rebound. And Riley Payne misses it off the rim, and Valley City is taking the ball back up the floor. That's a foul on Sierra Berg. That will be her first personal.
Well, you know, she drew some fouls, was able to get fouled, rather, by Valley City down under the VC hoop. But right there, more of that physical play leads to her getting picked up for the foul in her own end.
Yeah, she can not get into foul trouble. This Deacon team needs the older players with the experience to stay in the game, because this is a young team, so they need to be there.
Checking in the Highlanders, number 10, Lexi Johnson.
Courtney Lloyd makes the free throw, ties the game up. Misses the second. Julia Vetter gets the rebound, passes it up to Hadley Huber, passes it over to Riley Payne, misses the 3-pointer. Sierra Berg gets another rebound, goes off to Emily Dietz, up to Hadley Huber, excuse me. And Riley Payne gets beat out for a rebound. On Deacon's ball, though. Riley inbounds the ball to Emily Dietz, who gives it to Hadley Huber, and Riley Payne shoots a 3, misses, rebound, on Taryn Dieterle. Up the floor to Mackenzie Peterson, and dribbling around the top of the key. Lexi Odrake misses a 3-pointer, Shanley ball. Hadley Huber dribbles up the floor, and it looks like Valley City is about to go into a zone. They are trapping. And Julia Vetter gets a drive, makes the 2-point basket, and Shanley's getting ready to press again. And somebody lost a shoe out there.
It was Casey White, the junior captain there, lost her shoe back right around the arc. Keep going, though, and now we're going to stop and play here.
Yeah, 30-second timeout by Valley City, I believe.
Well, impressive display here from Valley City early on. I'd say a couple minutes into this game, they've shown some good poise on defense, playing well against a Shanley offense that, you know, definitely should be one of the top in the EDC this year. Being very aggressive in the paint. I think that's what you've got to do if you're the Highliners, because when you play a team with the size of Shanley, you got to make up for maybe a lack of size with some aggressiveness, and that's what they're doing right now.
Yeah, and this is a team that they cannot get into a track meet. They need to keep the score low to stand a chance against this Shanley team. But if they can do that, they stand a very good chance in this game, especially against some young Shanley players that may have a hard time keeping poise later in a close game. Highliners look to inbound the ball. They inbound the ball to Mackenzie Peterson, and the Deacons trap. Peterson throws the ball to the far corner over to White. Hadley Huber steals the ball. Dribbles down the middle. Throws it up to Riley Payne, who misses a 3-pointer. Hadley Huber gets the rebound. Throws it out, and turnover. Steal by Lexi Odrake. He passes it up to Casey White. Dribbling around the top of the key. Passes it over to Taryn Dieterle. Passes it back to Lexi Odrake. He drives into the lane. Misses the ball. It's gonna stay Highliner ball underneath the basket. Inbound the ball to Casey White. Jaden Dieterle gets the ball, but it gets stolen by Riley Payne up to Julia Vetter. She has to pull out. Emily Dietz has the ball at the top of the key, passes it over to Hadley Huber. Emily Dietz misses a layup, but Sierra Berg gets the rebound and gets fouled. That's the third foul she's drawn tonight.
Lexi Andrasik, first personal, 13 fouls.
That's on Lexi Andrasik, and that is her first tonight.
And folks, we would like to apologize for any technical difficulties we're having tonight. We hope to get those sorted out and try to make that viewing experience better for you. Again, apologies if that has taken away from your ability to watch the game tonight. Again, we're just trying to get those sorted out here.
Sierra Berg makes the first free throw. This is the second rebound on Mackenzie Peterson and passes it up to Casey White over to Lexi Odiak, and the ball goes out of bounds on the Deacons.
Checking in for the Highlanders, number 33, McKenna Taylor.
McKenna Taylor in for Mackenzie Peterson. Foul on the Highliners trying to get the ball in. Hadley Huber got under that ball and an over-the-back call. Hadley Huber takes the ball up, and it looks like she's getting pressured at the top of the key. Emily Dietz has the ball on the right wing, passes it back up to Hadley. Julia Vetter gets the ball on the right wing. Hadley tries to get the ball into Sierra Berg. She gets it back and has to throw it out to to Riley Payne. Emily Dietz takes the three, in and out as Riley Payne gets the rebound. Hadley Huber drives to the inside. Looks like a foul on the Highliners underneath.
Falls on number 10, Lexi Andrasik, second personal, 15 foul.
That's Lexi Adresic. That's her second.
Checking in for the Highlanders, number 15, Grace Shear.
Grace Shear in for Lexi Adresic. Out to Hadley Huber. A basket by Emily Dietz. The Shanley Deacons set up a press. That's as they are able to trap near the half line, and Valley City throws the ball out of bounds.
Well, 12:35 left here in the first half. The Deacons do hold a 6-1 lead, but you have to imagine both teams can't be too happy with how their offense has gone here. Obviously, very early in the season, just kind of feeling things out, but you want to get more points on the board. If you're both teams here, again, 6-1 this late into the first half, maybe not the best for your offensive game plan right now.
Yeah, Jed, but you got to love how Sierra Berg keeps getting up there. She keeps getting rebounds, and she keeps getting to the line. That's only going to help the Deacons, and she will keep making those free throws, keep putting us on top.
Very true. It's a good way to score some points, and like we said, one of those players who they were looking to step up this year, and obviously not a big sample size so far, but I'd say she's looking pretty good.
Yep, Sanday in for Julia Vetter. She makes the second one, makes it 8-1. Shanley again sets up a press. Highliners get the ball down, but they are trapped. Out of bounds on the Deacons on the side.
And for the Deacons, number 22, Sam Day, checked in.
Pass the ball into Gracie Shear. Riley Payne gets a steal, runs down the floor, layup, make it 10-1.
That was a really nice play from the freshman there. She's, obviously fantastic on offense, but her defensive abilities are something else, and you just saw it right there with a great steal.
Yeah, that's something you really got to love about a freshman, that she's willing to put in the work on defense too and not just play offense. And Sam Day gets a long rebound and passes it up to Riley Payne, and she dribbles down the floor. Into Sam Day, you can't get it in there. Sierra Berg gets the ball. Riley Payne shoots three, makes it 13-1.
Well, very good on defense and also very good on offense there.
She gets another steal, and now she's going to have to pull that out, but she's going to try and drive in. She's got her fellow freshman, Hadley Huber, who gets blocked, and the ball goes out of bounds on the Deacons.
Well, she goes steal, three-point shot, and then another steal, so a nice couple minutes here so far for Riley Payne.
Yep, and if the Deacons want to continue to be successful, she will have to continue playing like this all year. Highliners dribble the ball up. Casey White bringing it up. They try to get the ball in, and they do. Foul on Sierra Berg. That will be her second personal.
Fouls on number 2, Sierra Berg.
Taryn Dieterle shooting 2.
13th foul, Taryn Dieterle shooting 2.
She missed the first one.
Number 24, Brooklyn Dew.
Brooklyn Dew checks in for Riley Payne. Makes the second. Emily Dietz inbounds the ball to Brooklyn Dew. Tries to get the ball into Riley Payne. She does. Riley sprints up the floor, misses the shot. And jump ball, it appears, is underneath the hoop. Highliner ball. Casey White is dribbling up. The Deacons are trying to do a half-court press again, and they are pushing it, and they are playing a zone. Steal by Riley. Foul on, I believe, the Highliners, that will be. And that'll put the Deacons in bonus.
Casey White, that's her first personal, 6-2, 17 foul. Going to line to shoot the bonus.
Ellie Huber misses the front end of the 1-on-1, but Emily Dietz gets the rebound. Down to Sierra. Emily Dietz gets the ball underneath the rim, gets taken away from her, and the Highliners are trying to push it up the floor. They reverse it up to the top of the key, over to the left wing. Goes out of bounds on the Highliners, though.
Checking back in for the Deacons, number 21, Julia Vetter.
Julia Vetter returns to the game, in for Hadley Huber. Sam Day takes the ball up the floor. She's playing point guard now. And Emily Dietz at the elbow. Julia Vetter gets the ball at the top of the key, over to Sam Day. Julia Vetter has the ball on the right wing. Brooklyn Dew now has the ball in the corner. Dribbles up. Emily Dietz has the ball on the wing. Julia Vetter drives in. Traveling on Julia Vetter.
Traveling violation.
Highliners take the ball up the floor, pass it over into the corner. Deacons have a trap. Looked like it's going to be a jump ball. Should be Deacons' ball. Riley Payne checks back in for Sierra Berg.
Taryn Dieterle checking back in.
Taryn Dieterle back in for the Highliners. Sam Day takes the ball up the floor. The Highliners are into a zone. They're able to get the ball away from the Deacons. It's going to be a jump ball underneath the Highliners basket. Casey White takes the ball up. Looks like the Deacons are in their own zone. And the Highliners threw it out of bounds. It was their Deacons' ball.
Timeout, Valley City.
Timeout, Valley City. Full timeout.
Again, I'd like to remind fans that tonight's games are being broadcast live on ShanleyTV.com.
Folks, at this time, we would like to take a minute to remind you that Shanley TV is made possible in part by the Shanley Athletic Club and their generous members. Check out their website today at ShanleyAthleticClub.com to learn how your membership contributes to Shanley TV, the Deacon Den, and many other student-athlete needs. While you're there, be sure to renew your annual membership by clicking the Join Now button or become a member if you're not one already. It's easy to become a member and anyone can join, so sign up today. The Shanley Athletic Club, taking Deacon athletics to a higher level. Well, Cade, the Shanley offense has come out a bit stronger now in these last few minutes, up 13-2. Valley City, meanwhile, calling their second time out here, maybe looking to get a little more offense going, wouldn't you say?
I do, but I also think that they may try and press, if these freshmen, or at least Riley Payne is back in, see if they can make her make a few mistakes. They're back in this zone again, going to probably try and trap up top. They do. Emily Dietz gets the ball right in front of the three-point line, sinks a two-pointer.
Really nice play there from Emily Dietz. She wrestles that pass away from a would-be interceptor on the Valley City team.
Jump ball, Sam Day there. Deacons basketball. Sam Day takes the ball up the floor. Dribbles it into the side. Emily Dietz gets the ball underneath. She's trying to get it up. 2 points, Emily Dietz.
Basket by Dietz.
Shanley gets a trap up at top. They're going to call a foul here. I believe it will be on Brooklyn Dew.
Fouls on number 24, Brooklyn Dew. That's her first personal.
Yep, that's
Fourth
Brooklyn
team
Dew.
foul.
That's her first. Fourth on the Deacons. Valley City inbounds the ball. Oh, they drive in. The ball gets, foul. On Sam Day, that's her first.
That's her first personal 15 foul. Checking back in, number 2, Sierra Berg.
And Emily Dietz gets a rest here.
Highlander basketball underneath.
Valley City's able to inbound the ball underneath. A traveling call on Valley City, though, Deacon basketball. Sam Day takes the ball up the floor. Valley City is putting in a high pressure again. Hadley gets the ball about the three-point line. Whips it over to Julia Vetter. Sam Day gets the ball on the wing. Looking for someone to help. Gets the ball to Brooklyn Dew near the block. Brooklyn Dew gets the ball up and misses. Valley City gets the rebound. And they take the ball up the floor. Get the ball off to the right side. Try to drive in. Nothing's there. Pass intercepted by Julia Vetter. Up to Brooklyn Dew. Move for foul on Valley City.
That comes with 8:48 left now in this first half. Deacons lead at 17-2. Valley City still searching for that spark on offense.
Yeah, but what vision there by Julia Vetter to find Brooklyn Dew. Easy bucket or easy trip to the foul line. See if they can put a couple of points on the board here. Brooklyn misses the first shot. Hadley Huber checks in for Sam Day.
In for the Highlanders, number 10, Lexi Andrasik.
Brooklyn makes the second. And Sam Day checks in, or Drew Day, excuse me, checks in for Brooklyn Dew.
41, Drew Day.
Highlanders dribble up the ball. Deacons are in another zone. Highlanders are able to get the ball onto the block. Sierra Berg got a block there. And a foul on the Highlanders, it appears. Julia Vetter will be shooting 1 and 1, excuse me.
Number 10, Lexi Andrasik, that's her third. 9th team foul, Julia Vetter at the line, shooting the bonus. Checking back in, number 15, Grace Scherer.
Grace Scherer in for Lexi Andrasik. Julia Vetter misses the first, but Drew Day is able to get the rebound, passes it up to Hadley Huber, who's just dribbling around, gets it up to Drew Day. He passes it over to Julia Vetter. Hadley is dribbling near the top of the key, gives it over to Drew Day. Sierra Berg gets the ball inside, easy two-point basket, really good offensive possession by the Deacons. As Highlanders begin to take the ball up the floor, they get a trap and a travel on the Highlanders. Deacons ball. Hadley Huber takes the ball up the floor for the Deacons. Appears Valley City has gone back into a man-to-man defense, traveling on the Deacons. This is Riley Payne. Highlanders take the ball up. It appears they're in still in a zone. Pass it off. Valley City passes it off to the left wing, tries to get the ball into the block. They get it there. Foul on Sierra Berg. Taryn Dieterle will be shooting 2.
Nice effort there from Dieterle in the paint. The 6-footer doing some hard work there and made a nice move on Berg. Forced her to take the foul.
Yeah, and this Valley City team, if Shanley gets into foul trouble, they have a chance to climb back into this one, but they got a lot of work to do. Emily Deach checks back in for Sierra Berg. Dieterle makes the second as the Deacons inbound the ball. Valley City put on a press there, and it's out on the Deacons. It's going to be Valley City ball. Ball is inbounded to Dieterle, and the Deacons are still in this zone. A double dribble on Valley City will give Shanley the basketball back. Valley City's got this press on. High pass, intercepted by Valley City. They get the ball underneath. It's going to be out on the Deacons. Valley City ball underneath the hoop. Sierra Berg checks back into in for the Deacons for Drew Day.
Sierra Berg checking back in.
Highliners are lucky to have the ball back here right now. They've been getting into some turnover trouble in the last few minutes.
Yep, they have really had a hard time with the press, and they have had a hard time with the zone as they've been getting doubled a lot. They are trying, have not been able to get the ball in a lot, and they're able to. They miss a 2-point shot. Highliners steal the ball back, miss another shot. That's going to be. Valley City was able to save it. They tried to get it in, and Riley Payne knocked it down for a second, but Valley City got the ball back. Valley City has been passing the ball around. Miss a shot. It's going to be Shanley ball underneath. Valley City's pressing in as Riley Payne tries to throw it long to Sierra Berg, and it is intercepted by Valley City as they get back up the floor. Shanley is trying to get back into their zone, but Valley City appeared to have broken it for a second. A quick drive. Emily Dietz is going to get an interception up to Julia Vetter. 2-on-1 for the Deacons. Julia Vetter she missed the layup, but foul on Valley City, I believe. 1-and-1. Excuse me, 2.
Ball's on number 15, Grace. That's her first personal.
Riley Payne shooting the 2.
Team foul.
She makes the first one. Makes the second as the Deacons set up a press. Highliners are able to get up the floor, but pass is intercepted by Julia Vetter. Ball is thrown away and too far for Riley Payne to get it. Valley City ball. Valley City is able to inbound the ball. They get the ball ahead of the Deacons, and they missed a basket underneath. It's going to be Deacons basketball, all out on Valley City. Now Valley City's putting on a press. This is but Shanley is able to break it. Sierra Berg for 2. Valley City has to inbound the ball quickly, trying to beat that Deacons press from getting started. A drive by Mackenzie Peterson for 2.
Basket by Peterson.
A double dribble call on Hadley Huber there.
Checking in for the Deacons, number 22, Sam Day.
Sam Day in for Julia Vetter. Shanley is still in this zone defense that has been giving Valley City nothing but problems all night. But a 3-pointer from Gracie Shear can only help that. Sam Day dribbles the ball up the floor, gives it off to Hadley Huber, who is dribbling the ball around the right wing. Sam Day gets the ball. She is fouled. Fouled and will be shooting 2.
Fouls on number 5, Casey White. That's her second. Going to the free throw line to shoot 2, Sam Day.
Misses the first one. Brooklyn Dew in for Sierra Berg.
Brooklyn Dew.
Offenses for both these teams have really come out to play in the last few minutes. We talked a lot about how it was a little slow out of the gate in the first few minutes of the game, but now they're really starting to get into their grooves. Valley City, especially in the last minute or two, maybe starting to find some touch on this ball.
Yeah. Valley City is really starting to get it. They still are having some turnover problems, though, but when they are not turning the ball over, they are usually scoring. Another problem Valley City is having, they have not shot the ball over well right now, and they are taking they seem to have a hard time getting a shot up. It's going to be shot clock violation on Valley City, Shanley ball. Sam Day takes the ball up to the floor, and Valley City is going into that press, or half-court press again. And Hadley-Huber throws Riley Payne throws a long ball over to Hadley-Huber. Huber takes a 3, misses. It's going to be a 2-on-1 for Valley City. They stop. It's going to be a jump ball, and it will be Valley City basketball underneath.
Jump ball, it'll be Highliner basketball.
Bit of an awkward play there for Valley City. Casey White almost tried to hand that ball off to Dieterle. Will stay their ball, though, as it is the jump ball.
Dieterle for 2, who makes it 25-11 Shanley. Riley Payne takes the ball up. Pass almost gets intercepted by the Highliners, but there's going to be a foul, and Brooklyn Dew will go to the line for 2.
Falls on number 24, Courtney Lloyd. That's her second. Brooklyn Dew shooting 2.
Courtney Lloyd, that is her second foul. Brooklyn makes the first shot. Brooklyn Dew. Kenzie Taylor in for Courtney Lloyd. Dew misses the second one, rebounded by Dieterle. The Deacons had her in a corner. Hadley-Huber steals the ball and gets an easy layup.
Stealing layup.
Valley City is then able to inbound the ball. They get ahead and they are able to get an easy shot of themselves. They miss it. Foul on Brooklyn Dew.
Foul comes with 4:30 left to play in the first half and a 17-point lead for the Deacons.
That's her second personal.
You gotta love how this Deacon press is doing so far right now, and they have been taking the game over so far.
Been really impressed with that Shanley defense. I think really everyone has been. As we've said, when you lose high-end talent like that, you gotta have some part of your game step up, and I think that's been the defense so far tonight.
Yep. Both free throws missed. Riley Payne gets the rebound, takes the ball up the floor. Emily Dietz is calling for the ball, not going to get it. Emily Dietz now gets the ball underneath, misses a 2-pointer. As Valley City takes the ball up the floor. Valley City has the ball about top of the key, dribbling around. They were triple teamed, get the ball out. Air ball, all rebound. Valley City shooting 2 will be Mackenzie Peterson after the foul.
Calls on number 22, Sam Day. That's her second.
Sam Day's second personal there.
Shooting 2, number 33, McKenna Taylor.
We better checking back in for the Deacons for Sam Day. Dieterle gets the rebound for Valley City after the missed free throw, but Brooklyn Dew intercepts the ball. And takes off down the floor. Valley City then is able to take it. It will be out on Valley City here. Here in Shanley's ball underneath. Hadley Huber gets the ball at the top of the key, then passes it over to Brooklyn on the wing, but it is intercepted after that by Dieterle on the block. As Valley City pushes the ball up the floor, Dieterle gets a rebound after a miss and gets the putback for two.
By Peterson.
Hadley Huber pushes the ball up the floor, pulls out and gives it to Emily Dietz. Emily tries to force pass in to Brooklyn Dew, but is unable to, and it is intercepted by the Highliners. Shanley is in the zone, and they get the ball into Dieterle. It's going to be a foul on, I believe, Emily Dietz here, and Dieterle will go to the line to shoot two.
Fouls on number 32, Emily Dietz. That's her first personal.
That's Emily Dietz' first personal.
Timeout taken by the Deacons.
Full timeout, Deacons.
Folks, be sure to join us next week here on Shanley TV as the South Shanley Bruins face Davies in boys hockey at 7:30 on Thursday, December the 15th. On Friday the 16th, we'll air boys and girls varsity basketball as Shanley faces off against Wapaton. The boys game will be at 5:45, followed by the girls at 7:30. Finally, we'll finish off the week with hockey again as South Shanley plays Grafton at 7:30 on Saturday, December 17th, right here on Shanley TV. You can find a list of all our upcoming winter sports broadcasts by going to shanleytv.com and clicking on the upcoming broadcast tab. Well, Cade, the seconds wind down here on the timeout. Shanley still holding a double-digit lead here, up 15. With just about 3 minutes to go in the first half, what do you think Valley City's got to do to maybe get some momentum headed into halftime?
I think they got to get the ball to Dieterle even more than they are. She's the one that is carrying the load for them offensively. And defense, also offensively, they can't panic when they are getting trapped. Defensively, they need to stop the shooters from the outside, and they need to contain Emily Dietz underneath, and they have to stop fouling as the Deacons are already in double bonus.
Taryn Dieterle at the line.
Dieterle makes the second free throw. Brooklyn Dew takes the ball up the floor, passes it up to Hadley Huber, passes it out to Julia Vetter on the wing, tries to get the ball in to Emily Dietz, misses. Brooklyn Dew takes the shot. Ball is out of bounds on Valley City on a block. Inbound to Emily Dietz, pass up to Hadley Huber. Emily Dietz is calling for the ball, does not get it. Pass out to Julia Vetter. Hadley Huber gets the ball, is going to take a three. No good. Rebound, Brooklyn Dew. She gets fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot two.
Fouls on number 23, Mackenzie Peterson. That's her first.
This is the first as Drew Day gets ready to come in for her after the second shot. Makes the second.
Checking back in for the Deacons, number 41, Drew Day.
Shanley Deacons set up the full court press again. And then Valley City is able to inbound the ball. They break a trap and push the ball up the floor. It's going to be a travel on Valley City. Hadley Huber dribbles the ball up the floor, gives it to Emily Dietz about the free throw line, and then gives it back. Emily Dietz is calling for the ball down low, but it goes out to Riley Payne. And now Emily Dietz gets it out of bounds on the Deacons. Highliners ball, so the Deacons set up a press. They're able to get the ball in and work the ball back across. So they push the ball up the floor. Missed three-pointer. Emily Dietz with the rebound. Up to Hadley Huber. Passes it up to Julia Vetter. Misses the two-point shot. Highliners get the rebound. It's going to be a foul on the Deacons, and they will be shooting two.
Falls on number 3, Hadley Huber. That's her first personal. 10th team foul.
Hadley Huber's
At the
first
line, shooting
personal.
two, number 15, Grace Sher.
Grace Sher will be shooting the 2 shots. This is both as Riley Payne gets the rebound, pushes the ball up the floor, or goes all the way down, passes it out to Julia Vetter, up to Emily Dietz, over to Hadley, takes a deep 3, makes it. As the Deacons set up a press again. They break the press. They have a wide open layup. 2 points for the Highlanders.
Assist Dieterle.
Nice job answering back there for Valley City.
That was a really good pass by Dieterle. That is some amazing vision by the junior. Out of bounds on the Deacons, it will be Highliner ball. Steal by Hadley Huber. It's going to be a foul on the Highliners. Hadley Huber will be shooting 2.
Falls on number 5, Casey White. That's her third. At the line, shooting 2, Hadley Huber.
Hadley missed the first one. Makes the second as the Deacons set up that press. Their Highliners are able to get the ball in, but they are trapped. Ball goes through Emily Dietz's legs, and it's going to be a jump ball. It'll be Deacons ball.
Jump ball, possession arrow. It'll be Deacon basketball.
Just 1:26 left to play in the first half here. We'll see which team can get that momentum headed into halftime.
Valley City, however, has been slowly able to chip away at this Deacon lead, though. Riley Payne for a deep 3. It's going to be out of bounds. It hit the top wire, so the ball is out of bounds and the shot does not count.
Well, a tough break for the Deacons there, right? As you were talking about Valley City chipping away at the lead, it looked like Shanley was about to make it a lot more difficult. Yep. Highliners get a break. Let's see if they can take advantage of it.
Dieterle up for 2, makes it. It's going to be Deacons going the other way. Hadley Huber takes the ball up the floor. Over to Riley Payne. She dribbles it down into the corner, tries to get into Emily Dietz, is able to. Up to Hadley, who makes the 3. Deacons are backing off the press now with 45 seconds left in the half. They give the ball into Dieterle. Pass is intercepted by Hadley Huber. Her pass is then intercepted by the Highlanders, but they are called for traveling, and the Deacons will have the ball underneath the basket. They throw the ball, and it's going to go out of bounds on the Deacons. Highlanders will get the ball underneath their own basket because nobody was able to touch the ball. Shanley sets up a press again. Foul is going to be on Emily Dietz. The Highlanders will be shooting 2.
Falls on number 32, Emily Dietz. That's her second. Going to the line to shoot 2, Grace Sher.
Again, folks, we would like to apologize for any technical difficulties you may be having tonight. If that is affecting your broadcasting, or if that's affecting your viewing experience, rather, we're very sorry for that. We hope to get those sorted out.
Highlanders missed the second free throw. Emily Dietz gets the rebound. Riley Payne takes the ball up the floor, passes it off to Julia Vetter, who takes about a 10-footer, misses it. Highlanders can hold now for the last shot if they like to. A trap by the Deacons. Highlanders take a 3, miss it. Riley Payne is able to get the rebound with about 10 seconds left. She has Julia Vetter open. She went out of bounds, though, and the Highlanders are going to get the ball back with 6 seconds and will hold for the last shot. Highlanders get the ball in, take a deep three off the back rim. Blocked by Riley Payne on the last second shot. And it is 35-20 Deacons at half.
Coming up here at halftime.
So, Jed, what do you think of the Deacons' offense so far in this game?
Well, you know what? I thought they started a bit slow, as did the Highliners offense. But I think both teams really started to find their groove about midway through that first half, and then towards the end really started to get going. If I'm Shanley, I think I'm pretty happy with my offensive performance so far. Maybe that defense needs to find the form they had in the opening minutes of the game. But, you know, Shanley with a pretty comfortable 15-point lead at halftime. For Valley City, you know, I was really impressed with what they did on offense. They started off with only 1 point on the board for a long time. But they were able to eventually come back, and now they're up to 20. Again, they are trailing by, it looks like 16 now, as scoreboard is 36-20. Either way, you know, I think Valley City should be happy with the position they're in. If they can come out firing to start that second half off, they could do some good things. And one more thing, Kate, before we go, I do have a note here to remind viewers that you may be experiencing a blip on your screen for a few seconds during halftime when we go to break. That's just us resetting the connection and trying to make your viewing experience a bit better. So if you notice anything funny like that, that's just us trying to make this experience a bit better for you.
Thank you, Jed. Second half, we'll be back with the second half in a few minutes.
Evening, folks, and welcome back to North Dakota High School girls basketball action. I'm Jed Thomas alongside my partner Kate Busick. And Kate, let's get right to it. Shanley taking on Valley City. It's a 36-20 lead for the Deacons right now, but what should we expect in the last half of action?
From the Deacons, I think we'll see a lot more of that press, try and force some turnovers by Valley City. And with Valley City, I think we're going to see a lot more of that zone that worked really well. I think they're going to try and get the ball into Dieterle a lot more, who worked really well in there, and she's going to play a big factor in how this one ends.
For sure. I think one player you got to mention on the Valley City side of things is Casey White, the guard. She's a junior and a captain. Now, she's only listed at 5'1", but boy, she really makes up for it with her ball handling ability, wouldn't you say?
That and her heart. She is working hard out there. She's sprinting down the floor every time. She's fighting for rebounds, even against Emily Dietz and Sierra Berg. This girl has heart, and she is working for everything.
Well, there's a reason she's a captain, and I think you just summed it up right there. All right, so we're just a couple seconds away from getting the second half underway.
It will be Valley City ball.
Peterson inbounds to White, and off to work go the Highliners. Ingstad has it. She throws a quick one into Lloyd, who hits Dieterle under the hoop, and there's a quick two for VC. That's the way you want to start if you're Valley City.
The passing there by Valley City is what let that happen. They were able to move the Deacons around there, and that's what gave them that 2 points.
Vetter tried to answer there with the long three. It wouldn't go, though. Now Ingstad in trouble under her own hoop. Able to get off to White on the far side. White moves in, goes over to Lloyd. Lloyd quick under the hoop. That one broken up by Huber, although it looks like they're going to catch Huber kicking that ball. Peterson now is going to inbound. Goes high with it, looking for Dieterle. She's going to give it right back to Peterson. Back inside to Dieterle. And it's going to be a jump ball as Huber was reaching in there, and now the Deacons are going to get possession.
Searberg's got to watch out on that one. She very well could have been called for a foul, and that would have been her third personal.
Huber moving in, gives that one off to Payne. Payne goes right back to Huber, setting up at the top of the key, finds Vetter. She goes inside to Dietz. Dietz goes up high looking for two, and she's got it. 38-22 with 17:10 remaining in this one. Ingstad now. Over to Lloyd. Lloyd trying to get around Berg. Makes a great move. Sends Berg to the ground. Puts the ball up, but it won't go. It was a great move. Berg went down. Lloyd, though, unable to finish. Check out this replay here. Lloyd just moving in. I think Berg just lost her footing there. Valley City unable to get points out of that, though, so they go back to work now with the ball. A little contact there under the hoop. We got a whistle and...
Traveling on the Highliners.
Well, there you go. Shanley going to get the ball now. A turnover there for Valley City, something that they got into a little bit of trouble with in the first half. Payne now goes over to Vetter. She goes back inside to Berg. Back outside to Payne, who puts one up for three, and she drains it. Nothing but net for Riley Payne.
Those freshmen are really stepping up here tonight. That's something we need all season from them.
Ingstad trying to get a three of her own. That one just off target. Lloyd goes up, gets the whistle.
You're going to call it on the ground, though, and it's going to be Highliners ball underneath.
So she won't go to the line, but the Highliners will get a chance to set something up here.
Second personal, first team foul.
Peterson inbounding. She's got White on the perimeter. White goes inside to Dieterle. Dieterle back out to White. Casey White taking her time. She goes over to Lloyd. Lloyd quick inside to Peterson. That ball tipped in the air, and Berg's able to take it away. Strong defense there from Sierra Berg, double teaming with Emily Dietz. Riley Payne looking for another three. This time she put a little too much on it. Fantastic effort from Emily Dietz, though, to keep it in, and Julia Vetter gets fouled, trying to get two.
In the last possession, the Deacons were in that zone again, and one thing that seems to be very common, when the Deacons go into that zone, the Highliners are not really attacking, and they are just kind of slow with their time. They aren't trying to get the ball in.
30-second timeout.
So Valley City takes a 30-second timeout now. Shanley leads this one by 19. Valley City got the first points of the second half, but Shanley now is really taking control here, rattling off some nice baskets.
Yeah, especially what Emily Dietz did on that first possession inside. That's what I want to see a little bit more of her, a little more working inside, using her size to her advantage, not playing out on the perimeter.
Time winds down on this timeout. Valley City hoping to get their game plan set here. Julia Vetter will be shooting, though, as they come out of the timeout. Vetter's first shot won't go. It was in and out. 16:06 left in the second half. Vetter trying to even up her total. She will not, though. 0 for 2 on those.
Highliners had someone running right down the middle of the floor, wide open, just missed them.
Valley City going to work now as White sends that one over to Lloyd. Lloyd cuts inside looking for Peterson. It's intercepted by Vetter. Julia Vetter looking for some redemption after those shots, and she's going to get it with the assist to Riley Payne.
Deacons put that press back on, something that has given the Highliners a lot of trouble and putting them into a lot of turnover trouble.
Good defense there from Hadley Huber, able to poke that ball out of bounds. Peterson now looking for someone. She's got Ingstad. Ingstad in trouble, though. Going to try to go right back to Peterson. Nice job getting out of a jam. Peterson cuts by Huber. Goes up for 2. Too much on it, though. She had a great look. Maybe got into her head a little bit and put too much behind. Huber now over to Dietz. Dietz trying for 3. The center won't get that one to fall, though. And it's going to bounce out of bounds off the Deacons.
Deacons are going to put this press back on, and it has just given the Highliners a lot of trouble all night.
Quick inbound to White. Here go the Highliners. Ingstad driving straight down the middle, finds Peterson. Peterson cuts in, trying to get to Dieterle. She gets that ball, tried to go behind her back, but they're going to catch her for a travel there. She was in trouble with 2 Deacons right on top of her. It was a nice effort, though. Riley Payne going to inbound to Hadley Huber now. 21-point lead for Shanley. Payne moving in. She's got Vetter. Vetter cuts inside, throws that ball up just a little short, hits the rim. Vetter tried again, and it was taken away. Dieterle, nice job rebounding. Huber cuts in, though, takes the ball away, throws it up, and gets fouled.
Really good court presence there and court knowledge there. Hadley Huber being able to cut back and see where the ball is going, get that steal, and get to the line.
Second team foul. Checking in, number 10, Lexi Andrasic. At the line, shooting 2, Hadley Huber.
Lexi Andrasic checking in for the Highliners. Hadley Huber about to attempt the first of her free throws. First one won't go, a little short. See on the replay here, looks like they got Ingstad for a bit of a reach inside on Huber. Huber's second one not going to go.
Good rebound by Riley Payne there to work, gets out for 3.
Well said, Cade. Riley Payne just able to get in there and take that ball away, although that shot won't go. So Valley City is going to come right back down now. White lost her handle on it. Great effort from Payne to get to the ball. Vetter wide open now. Going to go for the layup, and she gets it. 45-22 Shanley, 14:40 remaining. Intercepted by Riley Payne. The Shanley defense is just dominating right now. That shot doesn't fall, though, and it bounces out of bounds.
Checking in for the Deacons, number 22.
Deacons again with that press are just giving the Highliners everything that they can handle right now.
Well, defense leads to offense, they say, and I think we're definitely seeing that right now. Huber throws into Dietz, who's going to try for 3. In and out. Emily Dietz been close a couple times here. Berg goes right back out to Dietz, who finds Vetter on the near side. Inside is Berg. She goes up for 2 and 1.
Berg is doing a lot of that work inside, and she's using all of her strength to push the Highliners around a little bit. A little bit of what I expected Emily Dietz to do today, but it's working for Sierra right now.
Well, you know, it's interesting, Cade. As you said, Berg really working hard in the paint, doing a lot of good things. Dietz, the 6'3" center, kind of moving out and taking more shots from around the perimeter. And that's not a bad thing because Emily Dietz has a very nice shot, especially for someone of her height. So Shanley really using everybody, trying to get everyone's skill set involved where it can best help.
Yeah, they're almost having Sierra Berg play center position than they are Emily Dietz.
Well, whatever it is, it's working as they now lead this one 50-22. Huber going to pick up a foul here.
Second team foul. Checking in for the Deacons, number 30, Taryn Hoffer.
Taryn Hoffer checks in now for Shanley. Inbound to White here as Valley City is going to try and set up. Andrasic with the ball on the near side. Moves towards the top of the key. Looking for someone to get it off to. Moves in. Throws a shot up, and it goes in and out. Emily Dietz, nice job on the rebound. Now she finds Sam Day moving in on the near side. Day Waits for her offense to catch up, finds Dietz, who goes over to Vetter, who goes inside to Berg, who puts one up for 2.
Another nice basket by Berg in there. She's really outworking this Valley City team right.
Andrasic with some nice moves. She got tied up, though, with Day, and they'll call it a jump ball.
One thing we're starting to see already this year is a little bit of depth from the Deacons. Last year they only played about 7 players. This year they have played 9 in the game already.
That depth perhaps enabling them to go with that full court press. They can expend a little more of their energy, knowing they've got some good reserves to come in, and they can cycle their players a bit more.
And it wouldn't surprise me if we even saw a couple more players come in now to expand that depth a little more. This is a good young team the Deacons have.
Peterson able to get that rebound. She throws it into White, who's moving up. It's a 3-on-1 for Valley City. Now it's Andrasic with it. She doubles back, looking for someone to get that ball off to. White has it at the top of the key, throws one up for 3, in and out off the back of the rim.
Emily Dietz may not be playing in the post on offense, but she's definitely working there on defense, and she's snagging up a lot of rebounds underneath.
Vetter has it now. Vetter going inside looking for Dietz. That one swatted at. Dietz able to get to it, and she gets 2 and 1.
That's what you expect to see from Dietz coming here today, working in the post and playing her heart out there.
Foul, number 15 for sure. That's her second. 14th foul. Emily Dietz shooting 1. Brooklyn Dew checking in for the Deacons.
The senior Brooklyn Dew checking in now for Shanley.
Number 33, McKenna Taylor in for the Highliners. Drew Day checking in as well.
On the note of Brooklyn Dew, we would like to give a shout out to her Aunt Joyce watching from Maryland. Always nice to have Shanley TV viewers from all over the country. We're so happy we can bring tonight's game to you, Aunt Joyce. Valley City going to work now. Shanley holds that 33-point lead. Drew Day moving in, almost got the layup, but it won't go. And now Valley City trying to get out of their own zone. They cannot, though. Dieterle takes that ball. Now waiting for someone to get it off to. It's Andrasic. Andrasic slowing things down, looking for someone. Goes right back to Dieterle.
One thing you're seeing the Deacons do is they're trying to speed this game up and they're running the floor. Valley City is again trying to slow the game down.
Dieterle was working underneath. Going to get a whistle, though. And Cade, did you see what that one was for?
I think it was for a reach-in, but I'm not quite sure.
I think that might be right, as Valley City is going to retain possession here.
13th foul, checking back in for the Highliners. Number 14, Jake Dieterle.
Mackenzie Peterson going to throw in underneath the hoop. Peterson had Dieterle, but it was poked out by Day. Nice defensive play there from the senior.
Really good job by Emily Dietz. The Highliners wanted to get the ball into Dieterle there. Emily Dietz was able to get in the way, and they were not able to get that look in they wanted.
Jaden Dieterle over to Andrasic. Andrasic looking for someone on the outside. She thought she had Taylor, but it's taken away. Hoffer moving in, doubles back, fires one, it won't go. Off the rim. Dieterle over to Andrasic. Andrasic works her way through a double team, now has Taylor. Taylor sets up for a 3 and drains it.
That's something this Highliner team really needed, something to just get some momentum going for them this game.
Day over to her sister Drew Day. Dietz now over to Hoffer. Puts one up for 3. That one looked like it was going in, but it goes right out. Ball out of bounds now, and it'll be Brooklyn Dew to inbound.
Number 5, Casey White. Deacon basketball underneath.
Dew to Dietz. She takes a long 2 that won't fall, and then it's taken away by Peterson. Casey White moves in now. White's got Hoffer on her. Throws off over to Peterson. Now with it is Lloyd. Lloyd goes inside. Dieterle couldn't get control, but she was fouled. Jaden Dieterle now will go to the line, or maybe not. Dieterle instead going to inbound it. Taylor with it on the outside. Taylor throws one inside. Dieterle couldn't get to it, though. Emily Dietz took it away. Dietz moves in on the far edge, looking for someone. She's got Hoffer. Hoffer back to Dietz, now outside to Day. Day to Dietz. Hoffer at the line looking for someone. Dietz goes over to Do. Do with a nice move, goes up for 2, and she gets it.
One of the things that the Shanley girls will tell you, she's probably the fastest girl on this team, and she is really quick in getting to the basket.
10:40 left to play now as Valley City goes to work in the offensive zone. White slows things down, directing traffic. She goes off over to Dieterle. Dieterle looking for Lloyd there. Couldn't find her, though. Again, that Shanley defense able to break that up.
If you watch Emily Dietz, it looks like she's starting to run out of gas. She's been playing a lot of minutes, and she's been going up and down the floor a lot.
She has logged a lot of minutes for these Deacons. It's something she will probably be doing a lot this season. A player like her is someone you want on the court at all times, really.
Yep.
Valley City trying to set up that offense has really slowed down a bit in this second half. The Shanley defense has just really clamped down on them. Day throws that ball over to Hoffer, who put too much on the layup. Peterson. Now up to White. White crosses half court, looks for someone, and she's got Lloyd on the far edge. Lloyd over to Dieterle. Dieterle back to Lloyd. Lloyd gonna fire one there, and that one won't go. It was a tough angle. Now Shanley gets the rebound, and Hoffer will move in. Hoffer to Day. Day outside to Do. Do moving in. And we got a whistle. Cade, did you catch that one?
It looked like a forearm on the Highliners there.
Well, the Deacons now going to bring in mass subs here. And the Highliners will call timeout. Folks, at this time, we'd like to take a minute to remind you that Shanley TV is made possible in part by the Shanley Athletic Club and their generous members. Check out their website today at shanleyathletic.club.com to learn how your membership contributes to Shanley TV, the Deacon Den, and many other student-athlete needs. While you're there, be sure to renew your annual membership by clicking the Join Now button or become a member if you're not one already. It's easy to become a member, and anyone can join, so sign up today. The Shanley Athletic Club, taking Deacon athletics to a higher level.
One thing that we're really starting to see now from this Highliner team is even when the Deacons are in man-to-man defense, they are not attacking the basket, and they are really just slowing this basketball game down.
Seconds winding down on this timeout. Valley City going to come out hoping to change things here with that stop and play. There's 9:14 left to play in this game, but don't forget the boys basketball game will be on immediately following this one. But we better keep our attention on this as Hadley Huber just threw down a beautiful three-point shot. Andrasik trying to answer back for the Highliners. Great move there by Lloyd, able to get around Payne. That ball, though, off the glass, won't go in. Fantastic rebounding there from the 5'1" White, but she tripped and fell. And now we get a whistle.
Traveling, I believe.
So the travel,
no.
Or maybe not. Highliners will keep possession. Perhaps getting Shanley there with a little contact. White got roughed up maybe a little as she came out of there. Now we got a whistle there as a shoe comes off of Casey White. Looks like we're all set to go as Lexi Andrasik will inbound this ball. Andrasik has White. White now will set up this Valley City offense. Dieterle at the point looking for her sister, the other Dieterle. And now we got a travel there on Lloyd, which will negate the Valley City possession in the offensive zone. Hadley Huber bringing this one out now for Shanley. Payne takes it at the top of the key. Moves in now underneath the hoop, throws one outside to Huber. It was a great pass. Huber, though, is going to have to look for someone else to give it off to. Goes inside to Vetter, whose ball won't go, but she does get fouled.
A lot of you are probably looking at the score and saying the game's over while you got the players in. But these two young freshmen have a lot of learning to do. These minutes are going to be invaluable to them as the season goes on.
Vetter was 0 for 2 on her last trip, but already improving on that.
Checking in for the Highliners,
Number 23, Mackenzie Peterson.
Better's second attempt does go, so she's able to make up for the 0 for 2 on her last trip, going 2 for 2 on this one. Lloyd trying to get around Payne. Tries to go for the spin move, but that ball is tipped, although she was fouled underneath the hoop. And now Courtney Lloyd will go to the line.
Payne, that's her second personal foul, 6th team foul. At the line, shooting 2, Courtney Lloyd.
Lloyd's first shot goes off the front of the rim. Now the Deacons will make some more substitutions here as Hoffer, Dew, and Day all check back in. This shot from Lloyd will fall to even things on that trip to the free throw line.
Drew Day checking back in.
Got a whistle now as Shanley will get ready to go out again. Day moves in now. Sam Day over to Hoffer. Hoffer on the outside goes to Dew. Dew fires a long 2 that won't go, and a good rebound there from Dieterle. White now takes it up for the Highliners. Lloyd with a great pass inside to Peterson, and it falls, and she's going to get 1 to go with that.
Really good play there by Dieterson, showing some life in this Valley City team, working hard there.
Number 20, Lily Rivard, her second personal.
The free throw attempt for Peterson doesn't go. A great effort there from Dieterle to try to make up for it, but that won't fall either. And now Shanley will take over possession.
Number 24, Courtney Lloyd.
Courtney Lloyd picks up the foul.
Deacons are going to go into bonus here.
17 foul. Timeout taken by the Deacons.
Shanley now will take a timeout. And we might see some substitutions here. But you know, Cade, it was a fairly close first half. Shanley did hold that 15-point lead headed into halftime, but both teams were playing pretty even as it drew to a close. What do you think has been the difference in the second half that has kind of let Shanley open this up a bit more and take a larger lead?
I think they've really been able to slow down that Valley City offense. They have not been able to get the ball inside, have had to take longer into the shot clock and longer possessions, and this has really worked to the Deacons' favor. On the Valley City side, they've also had a lot of trouble with the press lately, and they've had a lot of turnovers there. But also the really good play of Julia Vetter. She's worked her butt off a couple of times, done some hard work underneath, but also she's sprinted down the floor and beat everybody down for easy layups. Has helped them build a lead.
All right, both teams come out this timeout now. We join back in with 7:48 left to play.
Drew Day at the free throw line for the Deacons.
Drew Day will be attempting the free throw here. Day's shot will fall. So she'll get another go at it. Deacons lead at 65-28. Day gonna try to add one more onto that. This time it does not go. However, Brooklyn Dew is right there to get the rebound. Dew outside to Hoffer, who puts one up for 3, bouncing around, and it goes! Taryn Hoffer has been very close on a couple of three-point shots in this half, and finally one falls for her.
Gotta love there how Brooklyn was still working for that rebound, even in a blowout game like this.
Basket by Lloyd.
You know, a strong effort still. Valley City able to get that basket there. Rivard moves in. That one won't fall, however. Dieterle able to get that rebound. White moves in. trying to set up for the Highliners. Peterson with it. Goes inside to Dieterle. Trying to move into the paint. It'll be a jump ball, though. And the play of Taryn Dieterle tonight has really been outstanding. When you're 6 feet tall and playing in a game like this, it's obviously going to be an advantage, but she has just shown off a really large skill set. It's not just height working to her advantage. Got some really good basketball ability.
Yeah, and she's been playing with Emily Dietz and Sierra Berg the entire time, but she's had to do it alone when those two were able to work together.
Really held her own and then some out there.
Oh, yeah.
Rivard went up, couldn't get that one to fall, and a great effort there from VC to take it away. But a whistle.
Falls on number 20, Lily Rivard.
And they'll pick up Lily Rivard on the foul.
18 foul. McKenna Taylor back into the lineup for the Highliners.
Casey White at the charity stripe. White's first attempt falls short. And that'll be all she gets. It was a 1-and-1. The Day sisters move in now for Shanley. It's Sam Day with some great moves to get under the hoop. Throws one up. It won't fall, but she does pick up the foul. Great effort there from Sam Day. And the Deacons really shown a lot of depth, obviously all around, but especially at the guard position.
That's something that is really big for them. We knew about the centers coming in and the forwards, but we were unsure about the guards coming in. That is something that you've got to love seeing today.
Day's attempt won't go, a little too much behind it.
For the Highlanders, number 10, Lexi Andrasik.
Trying to make it a 39-point lead here is Sam Day. This one will fall. Makes her 50% on that trip. Valley City moving quick here as Andrasik goes right to White. White now fires one over to Dieterle. Dieterle trying to find someone. She doesn't, so she moves in herself. Kicks it out to White, who throws one up for three, and she drains it. Casey White with a great shot for three there. Day trying to get control of that ball, able to get out to Hoffer. Dew moves in now, throws it up, but it won't fall. 6 minutes remain now. White charging right back down the court. Lloyd on the perimeter, moving in, trying to get past Hoffer, goes up for two. That one won't go. Great rebound, though, from Dieterle. Knocked out of her hands. And it goes out of bounds. But it looks like they'll get the Deacons for a foul. It's Drew Days, her second. Dieterle shooting two, her first one. Too much on.
Into the lineup for the Deacons, number 33, Katie Visser.
Katie Visser in for the Deacons now. Dieterle attempting her second. This one, not quite enough. First one had a little too much, second one not quite enough. Perhaps a little bit of overcorrection there. But that's just a small blemish on what has otherwise been a really nice night for her. Day over to Hoffer, who kicks it out to Rivard. Rivard with a shot for three, and she gets it. Shanley perhaps trying to figure out who will be that three-point specialist for them this year. Last year, you had people like Sarah Jacobson and Lauren Rotunda who could really shoot the ball from anywhere. Annie Swenson, three-point sharpshooter for the Deacons as well. But this year, not really sure who's going to fill that role, and already we've seen a couple of girls who can really knock down that three-point shot.
Yeah, and that shot there really just even more showed the depth that this Deacons team has.
Talked a lot about it, but there's a reason why. Looking strong tonight. Andrasik with the ball. Over to Lloyd. Lloyd moves inside, goes up for two, and it won't go. Visser able to get the rebound. Sam Day moves forward now for the Deacons. Over to Hoffer. Hoffer inside to Day, whose shot won't go. Rebound opportunity for Rivard. She got tied up and went down, and it's a jump ball. And now the Deacons are going to go with some big subs here.
Alexis Warner, Kate Busick, Sarah LaFora, and Kelly Crispin into the lineup for the Deacons.
LaFora will inbound for Shanley. Looking for Visser, it was knocked out of bounds. Busick inbounding. She goes to Warner. Warner back inside to Busick, who goes up and looked like she was going to get two, but it just goes off the edge. And now a whistle. Looks like they might pick up the Deacons for a foul here. And it looks like they will.
Fouls on number 14, Sarah LaFora.
As Casey White will go to the line with 4:26 remaining. Once again, folks, don't forget the boys' game against Valley City will be on. Following this one should be about a 20-minute break after this one wraps up, and then we'll get you that action.
Jake Dieterle into the lineup for the Highliners.
Second attempt just short. Warner able to get the rebound. Warner throws into Chrisman. Had trouble getting it under control, but then she does. Busick with the ball. Got White on her, able to find Visser. Visser inside to Warner. Warner goes up for two and gets it.
Basket by Alexis Warner.
Casey White moves in now for Valley City. Got Andrasic on the outside. She cuts inside and gets two. Nice answer there for the Highliners. Busick moving around. Court made a nice move but lost a handle on it. White able to get control. She can't quite get it under control, however. A little bit of chaos underneath the hoop. That ball went up and came right back down. LaFora able to get the rebound, and then Busick is going to bring it forward. Busick cuts back, waits for the offense to catch up, then gives off to LaFora. LaFora fires inside to Chrisman. Chrisman looking for Warner, couldn't get it to her. LaFora takes it on the perimeter, goes back inside to Chrisman, who throws up a shot for two that won't go. Busick able to get the rebound, then goes back outside to Chrisman. Another opportunity, and this time she buries it. Shanley leads by 40 now with 3:10 left to go. Andrasic over to Dieterle. Shot up, won't go. Warner, good job to fight for the rebound. Was a battle there, but she was able to come away with it. Busick over to Visser. Inside to Chrisman. Nice pass. Chrisman goes up. That one won't go. LaFora fighting for the ball. Tied up on the ground, and it'll be a jump ball.
Great shirt back into the lineup for the Highliners.
Andrasic gives off to Dieterle. Shear inside. Shot blocked by Chrisman. Burnson was trying to get it. Busick moving forward, cuts back. Looks for someone. Try to go to LaFora, then goes to Visser. Visser inside to Chrisman. Chrisman then over to Warner. That ball tipped. Visser trying to get at it. She can't. Taylor able to win the battle. Andrasic now with Burnson right next to her. Andrasic goes up for two, won't go. But it looks like she'll pick up the foul.
Fouls on number 10, Kate Busick, first personal. Andrasic at the free throw line.
Andrasic's attempt won't go. Second shot also will not fall. Andrasic unable to capitalize on the opportunity. Busick now brings it down for Shanley. Chrisman has the ball. Fires cross court to Busick. A little too much juice on it, and it goes into the stands. 2:07 left now. Dieterle with it. Over to Taylor. Taylor cuts inside. Physical in the paint. Almost made a great drive, but it was taken away by Chrisman.
Really good work by Chrisman there to just stop that drive in its tracks.
Busick with the ball. Nice little pass over to Chrisman. Defense wasn't quite expecting it. Chrisman over to LaFour. LaFour back out to Busick. She moves inside now, going to throw it up. Instead, it goes back to Chrisman. Chrisman now out to LaFour. LaFour looking for someone to get it off to. It's Busick. Busick inside to Chrisman. Shot clock winding down. Chrisman gets it in. Dieterle moving down. Shot up. Won't go. But she was fouled on the way.
Fouls on number 33, Katie Visser. That's her first personal. At the free throw line, number 14, Jade Dieterle.
Dieterle won't get the first one.
That's going to be an exciting player to watch, though. She's only an 8th grader playing a lot of minutes for this varsity team. She could be good in a couple of years.
That is for sure, and she is the sister of Taryn Dieterle, the 6-foot 10th grader who has had a real nice night herself. So the Dieterle is doing good things for Valley City basketball. Minute 20 left now as the Highliners have possession. Gonna try to capitalize on this opportunity. Shear got tied up. It'll be a jump ball, rotating possession, and it'll be Shanley ball. Busick brings it forward for the Deacons. Throws over to Chrisman. Chrisman now way outside to Busick. Busick inside to Visser with a nice shot, but it won't go. Warner with the putback, and she gets 2.
All around, really impressive performance from the Deacons tonight. Showed us what we wanted to see. Showed the guards come out to play. Really good job by them.
Valley City, meanwhile, still trying to get some more points up. They've had a nice effort themselves here tonight as well. Young team with a lot of promising talent, as we've seen.
Next year and even the year after that, this is going to be a really good team. They don't lose anybody this year. They have no seniors. They are going to be a good team in the future.
That's for sure. Andrasik throws the pass up, but a miscommunication between her and Roswick. Able to get it back in their control, though, are the Highliners. Shot from Burnson. Visser got a piece of it. Now the ball's on the floor. A bit of a scrum for it. Burnson comes away with it. Roswick with it, doubles back, goes out to Andrasik. Andrasik moves in, has it stripped by Visser, though. Katie Visser moving down, has that one popped out of her hands. Able to get back to it, cuts back and puts it up for 2. What a play from Katie Visser.
Real work play there. Shows you that this Deacons team is never going to quit. They're still having fun out there.
Nice answer, though, from the Highliners.
Basket by Burnson.
As Burnson threw that one in, and now Busick will inbound to LaFour, and that will do it as the buzzer sounds. The Deacons take this game 82-38. Well, Kate, you know, it was a pretty close first half there. Deacons took a 15-point lead in the half, but both teams were playing pretty equal towards the end of the first half. Then Shanley really came out and took control in the second, and they were able to take this one 82-38. Cade, who are your key performers, though, in tonight's game for both squads?
Well, obviously for Valley City, it's got to be Dieterle. She played an amazing game. She worked really hard. She played both sides of the floor. But then for Shanley, I'm going to say Sierra Berg. She had a lot of rebounds. She drew a lot of fouls and scored a good deal of points as well. Really good performance by her.
In the end, though, Shanley comes away with the victory in their first game of the season. Well, folks, for Kate Busick and our entire crew, I'm Jed Thomas. Your final score from Fargo, Shanley Deacons 82, Valley City Highliners 38. To watch the archive version of this entire game and our other broadcasts, go to ShanleyTV.com. Stay tuned for the boys' game versus Valley City coming up in just a few minutes right here on Shanley TV. From the McCormick Gymnasium in Fargo, North Dakota. Good evening, everybody. I'm Jed Thomas alongside my partner, Jared Fowler, as we get set for North Dakota High School boys basketball action as the Shanley Deacons prepare to take on the Valley City Highliners. Well, folks, it's that time of year again. Basketball action back, and Jared, I can't think of a better way to get the season back underway than between these two teams right here.
Yeah, it's a great matchup between the Highliners and the Deacons, and the first thing you're going to see when you look at these two teams is the massive amount of height difference between them. It's not that the Highliners are short by any means, it's that the Deacons are just massive. You got a ton of 6'5" players here. Examples, Cam Seville, 6'5", Jake McKeever, 6'5", Brandon Bisker, 6'5", Justin DeKaiser, 6'5", and Sean Peterson, 6'6". And that'll be a huge advantage for the Deacons throughout this game.
It should be an interesting matchup. As you said, these two teams have a lot of things that contrast between them. One thing that you might notice is the experience difference. Valley City peppered with a lot of seniors and juniors. Shanley bolstering a very strong junior class. But Shanley has been a team that's been pretty young for the last few years, and maybe this year I think is the year that some of those younger guys really take that next big step. You know, when you go through that Deacon roster, I think a couple of the names you can look at here are Cam Seville, the junior point guard. He played a huge role for Shanley last year, leading them in assists. He was the general down on the court, directing traffic, telling everyone where that ball had to be. He had a big role as a freshman, too, and so this year as a junior, I think Cam Seville can really take a big step.
Yes, along with that, Jake Reinholtz will really step it up there this year, a senior, and he scored a lot of points last year, including a nice 45% field goal, 81 out of 180 shots, racking up 197 points throughout the year. And he'll be expecting to even top those points this year.
Shanley just one of those teams, you know, they lost some quality seniors from last year's squad. Guys like Kevin Wolf and Shane Donhauer were both very strong players for them. But they just returned such a large amount of not just starters, but even bench players who got some solid minutes. This is just a really experienced team this year, I think, and I think they're ready to take a big step. When you move, go ahead, Drew, yeah.
And also on the Highliners, too. They lost one of their big players last year, Hunter Burchell. He was a big star, racking up the most points on their team last year, 311 points. And they'll miss him a lot, but they have other players stepping up for them as well. Nate Rodriguez and Levi Nix scoring 280 and 241 points last year, and they'll be looking to step it up big for the Highliners this year.
Jared, you know what? That's exactly where I was headed. Well said. Valley City bolsters a strong group of guys, too, who are kind of in the same position as Shanley. And, yeah, I'd watch for guys like Nate Rodriguez. He's not the biggest guy, a 5'10 guard, but he's really shifty out there, and he can make things happen. So I think it should be a fun matchup to watch. You'll hear the starting lineups being read down there, and already you see three members of that strong junior class for Shanley, joined, of course, by Jake Reinholtz, the player you mentioned. Over on the Valley City side of things, we see Nate Rodriguez, another name we talked about, joined by a couple guys. Justin Manson, the senior guard, is another strong guy to watch. And then Levi Nix, the senior forward, is 6'5", so he does bring some of that size to make up for the contrast between the two teams.
Tonight's officials have been registered by the North Dakota High School.
Worth noting, Shanley is with a new head coach this season. Coach Burns taking over for Coach Alderman, who departed after last season. This will be the first game Burns has coached.
Officials in administering the rules of the game in a respectable manner.
Burns has been a longtime assistant for Shanley. I don't think anyone was too surprised to hear his name called as the replacement. Very well-liked guy, very capable. Should be a fun season to watch with him at the helm. All right, with that opening tip, we're underway as Valley City wins that one back. It's Levi Nix, the 6'5" forward who we talked about using that size. Bringing it up now is Nate Rodriguez. He's got Cava right on him. Rodriguez looking for a man. That ball was poked away and poked out of bounds. But they're going to pick Jake Cava up for the foul there. Looks like they caught him reaching a bit too much. Rodriguez inbounding. Looking for someone. Splits the arms of Cava, and he finds Nix. Nix gives off over to Miller. Miller now looking for Manson. That ball falls out of bounds, though.
Unfortunate pass there, just a little bit off the page for the Highliners.
Seville going to bring it up for Shanley. As we mentioned, he is the general down there for them. He will be directing this team, both on offense and defense. Cava with the ball at the top of the key, fires into Seville, makes a nice move to get around Rodriguez, goes up for two, but it won't fall. Strong rebound from Nix. And Valley City will take possession.
Foul's on number 14, Cam Seville, first personal, second team foul.
Cam Seville picks up the foul, and Shanley already now has 2 fouls on tonight. Inbound there from Nix goes to Manson, and now Rodriguez brings it up. Rodriguez at the top of the key, trying to make a move on Cava, lost a handle on it, able to get back on it though. Throws it intended for Nix, it went off his foot though, and now the ball's loose on the ground. Cava gets it on a pass from Chrisman, and the Deacons take control after chaos in their own zone. Cava moving in, nice little move, goes up for 2, it won't fall, but he did pick up the foul.
You know, those steals are a lot of what we've been seeing last year. 265 steals last year, racking up those turnovers, and that'll put up a lot of points for the Deacons if they can convert them.
Cava drains his first attempt. Cava, another big impact player to watch for Shanley. As you were saying, Jared, very valuable to this team. Puts a little too much on that one, however, and he's 1 for 2 tonight after that. Making some moves there is Miller, working on Seville. He gives off over to Nix. Nix over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez trying to get past Cava, goes over to Oberlander. Miller goes inside, he's got Nix right there. Nix looking for a man, decides to throw it up himself, and he gets 2. 2-1 lead now for the Highliners. Reinholtz over to Cava. Cava cuts back inside, throws one up for 2. A little too much on it off the back. Miller driving forward, hits Rodriguez. Rodriguez now moving up, throws the ball up in the air, too much. Reinholtz takes it away. Reinholtz moving down court. Throws up a jumper, that one, not quite enough. Now Valley City going back to work. Both of these teams trading a couple of missed shots here, and then Miller fouled on his way up. Got his hand slapped as he was trying to finish the shot.
Foul on number 20, Jake McKeever, first personal, third team foul.
McKeever now picks up his first, and that's 3 for Shanley. Miller drains that shot, giving Valley City the 2-point lead early on in this one. 16:08 left in the first. Miller shorts that one, and Chrisman is there for the rebound. Reinholtz up to Cava. Cava now goes right back to Reinholtz, over to Chrisman. Chrisman, a deadly 3-point shot. Got to watch out for that. Cava now has it on the perimeter. Seville going to try to take it, goes behind the back, throws outside to Cava. Cava moving inside. Shanley can't find a shot, and then Cava decides to throw one up, but it just doesn't quite make it. Rodriguez now moving down court. Cava right there on top of him. Rodriguez stops at the perimeter, moves back inside, loses a handle again, and Seville going to try to pick it up. Cam Seville now moving down. Offense catches up to him, and then he throws that ball up. He's fouled. It doesn't go, but he will go to the line.
Fouls on number 12, Ernie Miller, second personal, second team foul. Cam Seville shooting 2.
Seville's first attempt just short.
Checking in for the Highliners, number 32, Matt Leiter.
Seville's second attempt won't go either. McKeever right there to get the rebound, though. Reinholtz tried to take the 3, got a hand on it, though, was Leiter. Chrisman now for 3, that one in and out. Looked like it was headed in, and now Leiter grabs the rebound. Rodriguez now going to take it up court for Valley City. Rodriguez over to Manson. Manson inside to Nix, whose ball has too much behind it. Chrisman fights for it, and Reinholtz comes up with it. Reinholtz long pass to Seville. It was tipped by Rodriguez, and now Leiter has it. Rodriguez moving down court. Going to cut back inside, going to go up for it himself, and he drains it.
Rodriguez for 2.
Nate Rodriguez gives Valley City a 4-point lead. Reinholtz over to Cava. Cava cuts inside, hits Chrisman right there underneath. Went up, couldn't get it, but he got fouled. Shanley doing a great job drawing fouls in the paint.
Fouls on number 52, Drew Oberlander, first personal, 13 foul. Caleb Chrisman shooting 2.
Chrisman gets his first.
Checking in for the Deacons, number 25, Austin Yagi.
Austin Yagi comes in now for the Deacons. Chrisman will make it a 2-point game.
Also in for the Deacons, number 44, Justin DeKaiser.
Justin DeKaiser now also checking in for Shanley. Nix throws it into Manson. Manson now to Rodriguez. Rodriguez waits and then moves forward. Crossing half court now. And now Manson has it. Overlander back to Manson, out to Rodriguez at the top of the keys. Looking for a man to get it to. Goes right back to Manson. Nick's going to take it now inside. Can't find anyone to give it off to, so he throws one up with one hand and drains it. Great play off the glass there from Levi Nix. Seville drives down. Trying to answer here. Seville outside to DeKaiser. DeKaiser over to Cava. Cava inside. Great move. Up for 2. He gets it.
Cava for 2.
Deacons trail by 2 now. Rodriguez trying to widen this lead for Valley City. Going for the spin move. Has Seville right on him. Trying to hit Manson underneath. It'll be a jump ball. Rotating possession, and so it will go to Shanley.
Checking in for the Highlanders, number 21, Daylon Allen.
Seville takes it up court now. 14-10 remaining in the first half. DeKaiser over to Cava. Cava back outside to DeKaiser. He cuts in and goes down hard in the paint. And they'll pick up the Highliners for the foul.
Fouls on number 14, Levi Nix. First
They'll
personal.
get Levi
4th
Nix.
Foul, Deacon basketball underneath.
Cava over to Seville. To Yagi. Yagi now sets up, drives inside, going up for 2. He gets it and 1.
What a
Austin
beautiful shot.
Yagi. Wow. Well said, Jared. Let's take a look at that replay.
Fouls on number 32, Matt Lander.
Now Deacons with a chance to take the lead here.
What a beautiful move to bank that one in off the glass. Yagi will complete the 3-point play. Great change of momentum there for Shanley. Valley City, though, looking to answer here as Rodriguez is breaking down court. Rodriguez backs up, has Seville right on him. Nix with it now, over to Manson. Over to Rodriguez. Goes inside to Nix. Nix throws it up himself, but it won't go. It was in and out. Cava waits and then moves forward. Hits Yagi. Yagi over to DeKaiser. Throws one up for 2. It won't fall. That pass from Nix was tipped by Seville, but it goes out of bounds. Nice defensive play, though, from Seville, showing some hustle. Nix scans the court, finds Rodriguez. Rodriguez throws one up and hits Manson. Nix now moving down. Good opportunity here for VC. That one won't go, though. A little too much behind it. We've seen a lot of that tonight so far, Jared. Both teams have put a little too much behind a lot of these shots. Well, that one, though, was right on the money. Jake Cava proving me wrong and just burying that one, giving Shanley the 11-7 lead. Rodriguez moves in. Seville went down trying to cover him. Nix throws one up trying to answer. He cannot. Allen with a great effort to get that rebound. Now the shot up from Leiter will fall for 3. It's a 1-point game now. Both these teams trading 3-point shots immediately after I criticized their shooting. So, good work, guys. Seville moving in, trying to get 2. He won't, but he goes hard to the ground. But I think they might get him for a charge there. We'll take a look at this replay and see.
Offensive foul.
And that is what they're going to say. The Valley City bench fired up now after getting that foul called on Seville and getting that three-point shot.
You know, both teams really trying to work in the paint, but those 2 3-pointers really build the momentum for both teams. Like to see them shoot from range.
Rodriguez carrying this one up slow. Trying to calm this pace down a little bit. Leiter trying to find a man. He's got Oberlander who goes right back outside. Rodriguez with Cava on him. Has Manson. Manson trying to get past 2 men. He has to go inside to Oberlander who got tangled up. And they'll get the Deacons on the foul.
Calls on number 25.
Shanley continues to hold a 1-point lead with 12-13 left in the first half. Oberlander over to Manson. Shot from Rodriguez up for 3. That one just short. Oberlander, great job on the rebound though. Rodriguez over to Manson. Back to Rodriguez, thinks about the shot, instead moves inside, gets around a couple men, but he shorts it. Manson right there to get the rebound and put it back.
The rebound, put back, Justin Manson.
Shanley trying to answer. Cava, beautiful pass to Chrisman. Couldn't get it to go, but he was fouled. As you said, Jared, both these teams really love to work in the paint like that.
Especially Caleb Chrisman there. That's his domain, in the paint.
That's his first.
Chrisman now going to the line.
Chrisman at the free throw line.
Drains that one.
Number 14, Levi Nix.
Chrisman trying to hit this second one. And he gets it. Allen almost lost his handle on that one. Trying to get past this press from the Deacons, able to find Oberlander. Oberlander inside looking for Nix, it's knocked away. Valley City wanting a kick there maybe, but they won't get it. Reinhold's driving down. Went underneath the hoop and got fouled. Shanley doing a tremendous job drawing these fouls. As Jake Reinholtz will get an opportunity now.
17 foul. Timeout taken by the Highlanders.
And now the Highliners are going to take a timeout after another foul, which will give Shanley an opportunity to build this lead. So, Jared, after the first half or so of this first half, what's your impression on this game so far?
Both teams really playing tough. It's a pretty even game out here. Just 1 3-point made by both teams, and both of them really focusing on working in the paint. Valley City just taking this timeout to maybe regroup and gather some momentum going forward.
As we mentioned, Shanley with a bit more of a size advantage. Valley City, though, while they're a little smaller, very quick, and we're seeing both those traits showing up for both teams. And I think that's why this game may be so evenly matched right now. They're kind of fire and ice in the way they play. At the same time, though, you know, they share a lot of similarities. Both really love to work in the paint. So it's just a fun matchup to watch between these two teams. Reinholtz's attempt. Good. That's something we also say a lot on the football field, as the star kicker for the Shanley football team has recently committed to the NDSU Bison to kick. Reinholtz was also player of the year in the state for soccer, so Jake Reinholtz really the all-around athlete here. Valley City trying to answer those 2 free throws. They find themselves down 3 with 11:20 left in the first. Rodriguez over to Nix. Thought about the 3. Instead looking for someone to give it off to, and they get him for the travel.
Back in for the Highlanders, number 10, Justin Manson.
Manson checks back in for Valley City. Now Reinholtz is going to bring it out for Shanley. Reinholtz cuts inside, looking for someone to give it off to. He's got Yagi. Yagi out to DeKaiser at the top of the key. Fakes the shot over to Chrisman. He fakes, looking for something. He's got DeKaiser inside. DeKaiser up for 2, won't fall. Rebound by Leiter. Rodriguez brings it down, hits Nix, who goes over to Manson. Manson fires a 3 that won't go. A little too much juice. Reinholtz bringing it down quick for Shanley. at the top of the key. Gives off to Chrisman, who shoots a 3, and Chrisman drains it. A 6-point lead now for Shanley. Caleb Chrisman, we talked about his deadly 3-point shot, and there you have it. It's come out tonight. Cava able to get that ball after it was lost on the ground. Reinholtz up to Chrisman. He goes inside the Yagi. Back out to DeKaiser for 2, and DeKaiser gets it. 20-12 Shanley. And now Valley City, they were hoping that would maybe calm this game down and let them get the lead again, but instead they find themselves down 8 right now. Manson over to Leiter, to Rodriguez, who shoots for 3. That one won't go. It goes out of bounds, and they'll say it went off of Levi Nix.
Number 20, Jake McKeever. Number 14, Cam
Deacons
Seville.
here on a 7-point run. Let's see if they can add some more to that.
Some substitutions here for Shanley as Seville checks in along with Aaron Seafelt, seeing his first minutes of the game. Reinholtz over to Seville. Seville on the perimeter. Fakes a step and then goes over to Reinholtz, to McKeever, and now to Seafelt. Seafelt to McKeever. Shanley trying to get inside here. Kind of stuck at the perimeter. Reinholtz going to throw one up for 2. It won't fall. Levi Nix grabs the rebound, and now Nate Rodriguez will carry it forward. Rodriguez over to Leiter. To Manson now. Rodriguez got Reinholtz right on him. Aggressive D there from Reinholtz, but he hits Nix inside even under pressure. And Nix makes it a 6-point game now. Tremendous job by Nate Rodriguez to stay poised there. Reinholtz now with it. Cuts inside, throws one up for 2. This one short. Leiter trying to corral the rebound. He's got Reinholtz right on him, though. Nice pass, but it's intercepted by Seafelt. Seafelt back out to Reinholtz. Cross court to Seville. Seville now moves inside over to Chrisman. Chrisman for 2, he gets it. It's an 8-point game again. Levi Nix bringing it forward for the Highliners. Rodriguez has that pass tipped. Manson able to corral it. Overlander with it. Leiter is open at the top, but I don't think anyone sees him. That pass is tipped by Reinholtz, and now Reinholtz bringing it down court. Got a herd of Deacons right by him, and he throws it out to Chrisman, who hits the 3. 11-point lead now for Shanley as Caleb Chrisman is letting that 3-point cannon loose. Rodriguez over to Leiter, now to Manson. Manson has that tipped, and Seafelt knocks it away. What defense from the Deacons right now?
Yeah, Deacons already with 4 turnovers on the game, really turning over and converting on their points on the other side of the board.
Pass goes out to Nix. Then Miller over to Leiter. Leiter at the top of the key, over to Oberlander. Rodriguez with the fake, cuts inside, going up, trying for 2. There's a foul, and it'll be a push. So Valley City will retain possession.
Reinholtz, first personal.
Reinholtz picks up his first. Miller over to Oberlander. Oberlander to Nix. Nix for 3. Won't fall. Rodriguez couldn't get the rebound. McKeever was there. Now Shanley going to work. Seville driving down court, going up for 2. It's blocked, but he was fouled. Real strong effort out of Shanley right now with the commanding 11-point lead
12,
and 7:30 to go in the first half. Seville shooting 2. First one won't go. 0 for 3 on the night. Cam Seville, one of the best all-around players for Shanley, was an all-EDC selection last year as a sophomore, looking to have a good year this year. Second attempt also will not go, so a rough start at the line for Seville today. Not very characteristic of him, however. Seville is back to shoot now. And this one he gets. So Seville converts. And now Valley City is going to work down 12. Rodriguez with the bounce pass over to Nix. And now Rodriguez will take it at the top of the key. Manson looking for a man. He's got Leiter. Leiter back to Manson. Back to Leiter. Now over to Manson again. Rodriguez takes it on the perimeter. Going to throw one up for three. And it won't go. He's having a tough time from three right now. And unable to get the rebound. We're the Highliners. Shanley with a great opportunity. Seafelt couldn't get it to go, and unable to capitalize on that 2-on-0 are the Deacons. Rodriguez now with it. Moving inside for two. He goes up. He won't get the two, but he will pick up the foul.
Falls on number 20, Jake McKeever.
See on the replay, easy call. McKeever reaches, and they catch him. Rodriguez at the line with 6:42 left in this half, and his first one won't go.
Jake Cava back into the Deacons.
Second attempt will fall, and so it's an 11-point game once again. And now Valley City will take a timeout. Folks, at this time, we would like to remind you that Shanley TV is made possible in part by the Shanley Athletic Club and their generous members. Check out their website today at shanleyathletic.club.com to learn how your membership contributes to Shanley TV, the Deacon Den, and many other student-athlete needs. While you're there, be sure to renew your annual membership by clicking the Join Now button, or become a member if you're not one already. It's easy to become a member and anyone can join, so sign up today. The Shanley Athletic Club, taking Deacon Athletics to a higher level. Well, Shanley holds an 11-point lead, up 26-15 with a little over 6 minutes to play in this first half. And Jared, your impressions so far on perhaps why Valley City has now fallen behind a bit in these last few minutes?
Well, it's really been this big run by the Shanley Deacons. 13-3 run in the past about 5 minutes, and that's really turned the tide. The Deacons shooting is finally turning on. They're heating up, and they've been draining their threes, along with Caleb Chrisman during that run, hitting 2 threes.
All right, Deacons go back to work, trying to extend this lead. Valley City hoping that timeout can get them back in this game. Seville moving in now, going to go up, and it's blocked. Valley City with the nice defensive play. Oberlander gave it up to Rodriguez, who's driving in now. He fakes the two, passes it into Nix, but it's taken away by Reinholtz. Reinholtz moving down fast, going to bounce pass over to Cava, but he lost control. Was a nice pass. Cava just couldn't quite get a handle on it. Valley City with the break. Rodriguez got two men right by him. He has to give it off to Nix. Nix now double teamed, and he loses it. Reinhold's right there to take it. Looking for Cava again. Can he convert this time? Yes, he will. Jake Cava for 2 points.
Another good turnover by the Deacons there.
Nix taking it down into the paint. Finds Oberlander, who's trying to get two. He cannot. Oberlander battling for it with Chrisman. It'll be jump ball rotating possession. So it'll stay with VC. Rodriguez out to Manson, who throws up the three, goes out off the rim. Rodriguez thinks about the three, then cuts back inside, trying to get two, and he will.
Rodriguez for 2.
VC back down 11. Seafelt on the perimeter finds Seville. Seville out to Chrisman. Will he try another three? Nope. This time he goes inside. The pass intended for Seville, scooped up by Cava off the deflection and in. 30-17 now. Shanley up 13. 5:20 left to play in the first half. Rodriguez over to Nix, and they'll pick up Seafelt for the foul.
Calls on number 3, Aaron Seafelt, first personal.
And that will be his first of the game.
Foul at the line, shooting the bonus, Levi Nix.
Nix will shoot the bonus. Yagi checks in for Shanley. Nix's shot is in. Trying to make this an 11-point game once again is Levi Nix, the big man. This one will fall, so Nix 2 for 2 at the line on that trip. Reinhold's with it now for Shanley. They try to answer now. Seville takes it on the perimeter, cuts inside, throws it out to Cava, who throws up a 3. It won't go. DeKaiser trying to get the rebound. He cannot, though. Rodriguez almost made a great play, but it went out off the back of the hoop. And he was the last one to touch it, so Jake Cava will inbound for Shanley. Under 5 minutes left to play now in the first half. DeKaiser on the perimeter, throws it to Reinholtz out top. Yagi to Cava. Cava moves inside, shot up, and he's got it. Rodriguez with it. Cross court to Manson. Manson fakes, then goes back to Rodriguez. And then Rodriguez goes right back to Manson. Valley City trying to spread the Deacons out right now. Manson inside to Nix. Over to Rodriguez. Thinks about it, then goes in for 2 and won't get it. Yagi gets the rebound. Shanley doing a great job getting bodies underneath the hoop and getting rebounds. And a great defensive effort there from Levi Nix, who takes a slide into the bench. Strong effort, though. We'll see if we can see it on this replay here. And you just catch the tail end of it as he goes head first into the chairs. Got up okay, though, it looks like. DeKaiser out top. The fake, and then over to Cava. Seville now with it. He goes out to Reinholtz. Inside now to DeKaiser. He throws it up. It's short off the rim. Rodriguez with the ball for Valley City. They could really use something here to get them going. Some kind of spark here on offense. Nix for 3. Will this be it? It will not, as it goes off the front of the rim. Reinholtz has Yagi in stride. Yagi able to get back to it after he lost a handle, and then he goes down. Rodriguez moving up center. Great pass over to Manson, but a whistle. And they'll catch Shanley for a push.
Falls on number 10, Jay Reinhold, second personal, 19 foul. Rodriguez at the line.
Rodriguez at the line, trailing by 13. And it won't go. Cava there to get the rebound. Tough break there for Valley City. 3:35 left in the first half. Cava over to Seville. Seville out to Yagi. Yagi over to Reinholtz. Back out top to Cava. He moves inside, up for 2. He gets it.
Cava for 2.
Jake Cava just relentless in the paint. Leiter looking for a man. He's got Reinholtz right on him, and then that pass, no one home, and it goes out of bounds.
Ball out of bounds when we keep the basketball. Caleb Crispin.
Dalen Allen checks in now for Valley City. Cava will inbound. Seville directing traffic. Has DeKaiser. Now it's over to Yagi. Yagi back to DeKaiser. Goes in, passes to Chrisman, trying to get the 2. He won't get it, but he's fouled.
Fouls on number 14, Levi Nix. That's his second personal.
Levi Nix with his second of the game.
19 foul. Caleb Crispin at the free throw line.
Chrisman's attempt is good. He has had a nice night from the line so far. And he'll get the second one, so Caleb Chrisman continues a great evening at the charity stripe. Under 3 minutes to play. Valley City attempting to get some momentum headed into the half. Manson with a nice pass to Nix. Goes outside to Leiter, who throws up a 3-point shot. It won't go. Cava there to get the rebound. Valley City short a man as Rodriguez goes down behind the play. He's streaking back in. Shanley trying to capitalize, but the ball bounces out of bounds. And they'll say it went off the Deacons. Or maybe not. It looks like Cava will inbound. My mistake. Cava scans the court, finds Seville, throws up a quick 2, and gets it. Nothing but net for Cam Seville. A 19-point lead now for the Highliners. Leiter over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez inside, but no one's there. Shanley doing a great job taking those lanes away. Seville with it. And he's going to throw up a long 3, then he drains it! Cam Seville with a 3-pointer and then some. And all the momentum right now is in favor of the Deacons as Cava intercepts that pass with a great defensive play, moves in, gives over to Seville, who was looking for Yagi, but Allen is there to take it away off the deflection. Rodriguez moves down now for the Highliners. Cuts in, and it's stripped by Cava. Jake Cava on a tear right now defensively. Spin move up for 2, and he gets it. What a tremendous last minute this has been for Jake Cava, my goodness. Nix looking for a man. Leiter over to Rodriguez. Valley City has been kept off the board for a while now. Leiter over to Allen. And that one's tipped by Seville. Manson. Back over to Nix. Nix looking for a man. Fakes, throws inside to Allen. Throws back outside to Leiter. Leiter throws up a 2 that won't go. Under a minute play in the first half. Yagi bringing it forward for Shanley. Cava moves up, stops, throws up a 2. Won't go off the glass. Tipped out of bounds. And they'll say it went off the Deacons. Valley City again trying to get that momentum before this first half is over. Rodriguez over to Manson, out to Leiter. Leiter working on Seville, gets it off over to Rodriguez, who gives over to Nix, then inside to Rodriguez, who goes up for 2 and gets it. It's 2 points, but Valley City will take it. It's a solid 2, trying to work their way back out of the hole. Shanley can just opt to run out the clock here. Seville taking his time. I suspect we might see one last shot here before the buzzer. As Seville goes inside and throws up the 2, it won't go. 1 second left. The long half-court shot from Nix won't fall. So, at the end of 1, Shanley leads Valley City 43-21. And you know, Jared, this one started off really close. Valley City held the lead for a little bit. What was the difference as that half wore on? How did Shanley pull ahead by so much?
Well, it just seemed right once the Highliners took their timeout about the 11th minute mark, it's been all Shanley. They've been on a 30-8 run in the last 11 minutes of the half, and that's all because of their shooting. Something just clicked with them, and they started making all of their shots. On the defensive side, too, they've been causing turnovers, 8 turnovers for the half, and just been dominating those defensive rebounds, not giving the Highliners any free points.
Well, and you know, Jared, as a coach, it's always a tough pill to swallow when your own timeout kind of ends up killing your momentum. You know, you obviously can't attribute it directly to the timeout, but oftentimes you're kind of looking to use those to build up your team, and instead, Shanley has, as you said, just been on a tear since that timeout. So, Valley City goes into the half. They're going to try to work on their game plan. They trail by 22 right now. Don't go anywhere, folks, though. We'll be back for the second half in just a few minutes. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to North Dakota High School basketball action. I'm Jed Thomas alongside my partner Jared Fowler, and welcome to the second half of basketball here between the Shanley Deacons and the Valley City Highliners. Shanley currently holds a 43-21 lead, and before we dive into the specifics, we've got some stats to bring to you. The leading scorer in tonight's game is Jake Cava of Shanley with 16 points, followed closely by Caleb Chrisman with 14. On the Valley City side of things, their leading scorer is Levi Nix with 8, followed by Nate Rodriguez with 6. So, the storyline so far, Valley City and Shanley were playing it really tight to start off the first half. VC led for a large chunk of time, and then Shanley came out and took a huge lead up 43-21. So, Jared, if you're Valley City, what do you got to do to come back and regain the lead in the second half?
Well, the Deacons are really shutting them down in the paint. They're going to have to look around the perimeter to take some shots there and to hopefully drain a couple of those to maybe get back into this game.
All right, well, we'll see what they can do now as both teams from halftime. We'll see what the Highliners could do at half, see if they could use that time to re-game plan for the second half. So we're underway as Seville gives off to Chrisman, who goes out to Cava at the top of the key. Cava now scanning, hits Seville outside at the perimeter. Chrisman now fakes, goes back to Seville. Seville wheeling around, hits Cava. He takes a long three and he drains it. Jake Cava picking up where he left off. Add 3 more to that total, folks. Valley City going back to work now. It's Manson with the ball. Now over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez in the near corner, going inside. It's tipped and taken away. McKeever and Chrisman combine, and then Chrisman able to grab onto it. Seville with it. Quick pass out to Cava. Going for 3 again. He was close, but he couldn't get it. Nix gives off over to Miller, and now Miller's bringing it up. Miller with Reinholtz on him. Trying to get around. Goes up for 2, and he won't get it. Reinholtz right there to take it away. Reinholtz moving down. Looking for somewhere to go with it. He goes up for 2 himself, and he gets it. Valley City trying to find an answer right now. They have been stymied both on offense and defense for a large part of this game. Miller got Seville all over him. Gives off over to Manson, who goes to Rodriguez out top. Rodriguez moves around, goes inside, and it's taken away, but Miller's right there to get it back. Miller going up for 2, it won't fall. Rodriguez able to get the rebound, but he won't get it to go, and now Seville's moving down. Seville over to McKeever. McKeever tried to get it under control, couldn't get to go. Cava on the putback and won't go. Rodriguez and Manson couldn't decide who had it, and now it's over. And now it was Overlander who was stuck with it, and that ball goes out of bounds. Shanley's defense is just relentless, picking up exactly where they left off. Rodriguez has it now. Over to Manson. Manson looking for a man. He's got Miller. Then gives off over to Rodriguez. Fakes the 3, loses his handle, gets it back. Manson with it now. Over to Rodriguez. Going inside to Nix, who throws up a 2 off the rim. Deacons moving back down now. Seville puts up a long one that won't go, just off the front of the rim. McKeever with the putback, and he gets it.
Putback, McKeever.
15:30 left to play in this one. Shanley holds a 29-point lead. Rodriguez moving around Reinholtz, right with Seville. Miller trying to get past a couple defenders. Nick's able to scoop it off the ground, goes back out to Miller, who goes to Manson out front. Manson over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez goes in, goes up, gets 2 and 1.
Rodriguez for 2. Basket's good.
So it'll be 2 and 1, and a good opportunity here for the Highliners.
Second team foul. Rodriguez shooting.
It's a large deficit, but the only way to get out of it is by scoring points. 1, 2, or 3, it doesn't matter. You just got to try to score. That one won't go. The rebound was gotten by Nix, who was fouled, and so they're going to get another opportunity at the line. And, you know, if you're Shanley, that's one thing you really can't do. You can't surrender this lead given fouls like that.
And now McKeever and Kava with 3 fouls both each. They'll have to watch that closely here to hopefully not get a 4th or a 5th and get out of this game.
Both big contributors. Would not be good to lose them. Nix now on the free throw. He drains that one. Valley City back within 25. Reinholtz moving with it now. Out at the top of the key, gives off over to Chrisman, who throws one up for 3 and drains it. Caleb Chrisman.
Already his 4th three-pointer of the night.
It's a 53-25 lead for the Deacons. With 14:50 left in the game, Rodriguez trying to answer, and that's a start. Nate Rodriguez hits the three-pointer. Now both teams trading three-point blows. Cava over to McKeever. McKeever now wheeling around, throws one up. Too much on it, goes off the back of the rim. Miller has it now on the far side for Valley City. Nix to Rodriguez. Inside to Nix, gets the pass and puts it away for 2.
Basket by Nix, assist Rodriguez.
Now within 23 are the Highliners. Seville trying to get around Rodriguez. Fakes the shot, gives to McKeever, up for 3, gets it! Jake McKeever now with a three-pointer of his own. Rodriguez trying to get around a couple defenders. Got Reinholtz right on him, has to get rid of it. Manson unable to get that one under control, and he stepped out of bounds. 13:42 to go in the game.
Deacons still doing really well on the three-point range. Chrisman with 4 three-pointers, Cava with 2, and McKeever just there with another one.
Cava over to Seville. Back out to Cava. Inside he was looking for Chrisman, but it's taken away. Rodriguez now driving down, got McKeever to beat. Instead he just throws it off to Nix, who puts it away for 2. Valley City able to get some scoring going right now, but they got to try to play some defense right now as Shanley is able to put away a lot of points, and right there they pick up a foul.
Fouls on number 32 now, Leiter. That's his 3rd personal. First team foul, Caleb Chrisman.
Leiter picks up his 3rd. Chrisman drains the first one. He's had a tremendous point on free throws tonight.
Number 44, Justin DeKaiser.
Chrisman's 2nd is good. Nix gives off to Miller, and now City looking to go back and regain some of those points they lost there. Miller has that one tipped by Reinholtz, and it goes out of bounds. Rodriguez bringing it out now. Trying to work around Yagi, going up inside for 2. It won't go. Nix right there to get the rebound, though. Levi Nix up for 2 and 1.
Levi Nix. Basket's good. Foul on the play. Fouls on number 44, Justin DeKaiser. That's his first personal 15 foul. Nix at the line, shooting 1.
12:58 left in this one. Nix trying to make it a 23-point game. Nix's shot short off the front of the rim. Reinholtz right there to grab the rebound, and the Deacons go to work. Yagi inside to DeKaiser, and DeKaiser's fouled right off the pass. Yagi over to Reinholtz. Now to McKeever. Out to Chrisman. McKeever back to Reinholtz. They switch. McKeever fakes the shot, goes back to Reinholtz. Now to Chrisman out front. Shanley trying to get some penetration here, stuck outside. Reinholtz looking for someone, goes inside to DeKaiser, who goes up for 2. He won't get it, but he's fouled.
Falls on number 5, Nate Rodriguez. That's his second.
Nate Rodriguez with his second.
13 fouls, shooting 2, Justin DeKaiser.
Shanley up 24 to Kaiser, looking to add to that. Manson to Rodriguez. Now over to Miller. Manson. Quick passing there by the Highliners. Manson looking inside, no one home though. Shanley takes it away. Rodriguez moving down court. Looking for someone, he works his way around McKeever, throws it up for 2 and gets it.
Basket by Rodriguez.
27-point lead now for Shanley.
Timeout taken by the Deacons, that's a full timeout.
And Shanley will now take a full timeout here, finding themselves up 27. Well, with 10:36 left now in the game, Jared, this is not the start the Highliners were looking for in this second half, was it?
No, it is not. Rodriguez and Nix have really been the catalyst for this Highliners team so far, putting up most of their points and making their few chances happen. And the Highliners need other players to step up big and put up some points for them.
And folks, at this time, we would like to remind you that Shanley TV is made possible in part by the Shanley Athletic Club and their generous members. Check out their website today at shanleyathletic.club.com to learn how your membership contributes to Shanley TV, the Deacon Den, and many other student-athlete needs. While you're there, be sure to renew your annual membership by clicking the Join Now button or become a member if you're not one already. It's easy to become a member and anyone can join, so sign up today. The Shanley Athletic Club, taking Deacon Athletics to a higher level. And folks, it has just come to my attention that we dropped out broadcasting for about a minute there. I, of course, just kept talking, but we do apologize that you missed that chunk of the game, and we hope to get those technical difficulties worked out. So we get back to the action now, fresh off the timeout there for Shanley. Seville carries in, gives off over to Yagi. Out to the Kaiser, over to Cava. Cava looking, hits Seville. Seville at the top of the key, moves in, moves back out. Seville, nice little move, trying to keep a handle on it, gives off to Cava. Cava throws up for 2, it's short. Miller there to get the rebound as it bounced out over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez moving down court. Over to Miller. Miller doubles back, looks for a man, he has Manson. Manson, the lighter, thought about it, cut back in, and they'll get him for a travel. Under 10 minutes left now, and it's still a 27-point lead for Shanley. Seville moves in. Looking, fires, and it's no good off the rim. DeKaiser couldn't get there. Rodriguez was there instead for Valley City. Rodriguez looks, has a man, it's Miller. Miller throws up a long 3, and he drains it. Riley Miller joining the three-point party. Cam Seville, Austin Yagi. Yagi inside to DeKaiser. That one's poked away, though. Great defensive play there by the Highliners. Rodriguez moves up court. Looks for a man. He's got Miller. He's going to try another 3. And he gets it! Riley Miller. How about that for a little spark? Seville got 3 men on him. Gives off over to DeKaiser. DeKaiser throws up a 3 and drains it! Justin DeKaiser answers back with a 3-pointer of his own. Lighter. Looking for a man. Seville right there. He gives off to Rodriguez. Rodriguez goes inside. Then the quick pass to Miller, who gets 2.
Basket by Miller, assist 6.
Miller having a nice go of it here in these last few minutes. Deacons trying to answer back now. Yagi throws inside to Crispin, who was wide.
2 assists, Yagi.
Beautiful pass there from Yagi to a wide-open Caleb Crispin. Rodriguez driving in. Nix picks it up off the floor, but it won't go. Rebound by Seville. Seville moving down court. Long pass over to Yagi. Back to Seville. Throws inside, and they'll get Cam Seville for a travel.
Checking in for the Deacons, number 20,
And just as I was saying, some Valley City Highliners need to step up to support Nix, and Miller does so and scores 8 points in a very short period of time. That'll give Valley City spark here.
Rodriguez with Yagi on him. Tries to go right to Yagi and then loses the handle, and they will say he got fouled.
Falls on number 25, Austin Yagi. That's his second personal.
Yagi's second of the game. Rodriguez looking for a man. He's got Miller. Miller moving in, able to get past Seville. Trying to find someone. Lost a handle and got fouled. 8:01 remaining.
Falls on number 14. Camp Seville, third personal.
Rodriguez inbounding now. Yagi right out in front of him. A man has Nix. Nix with McKeever right there. Rodriguez now takes it outside on the perimeter. Rodriguez over to Manson. And they get Rodriguez for a travel, so just like that, BC turns that momentum over. Cava inbounds to Seville. Seville over to Seafelt. Now to Cava. Inside to McKeever. Back outside to Seafelt. Seafelt making space. Great pass over to McKeever. Cava has it. Takes a step. Goes inside. Looking. Fires. Won't go, but they get him for a travel anyway. Rodriguez. Surveying. Trying to find someone. Gonna do it himself, maybe not. Goes to Manson at the top of the key. Manson over to Rodriguez, inside to Nix, who goes up for two. Nix won't get it though. Seafelt gives off to Seville, and now Seville gives off over to Yagi. Yagi working inside the paint, going up for two. It won't fall. Nix right there for the rebound. 7:05 left in the game. Rodriguez with Yagi right there on top of him. Has to give off over to Leiter, who gives away to Manson. Rodriguez right back there. Nix working in the paint, throws it up and gets it.
Levi Nix for two.
22-point deficit now for the Highliners. Seville over to Yagi. Over to Cava. Cava moving inside, goes up for two and one.
For two and a foul. Fouls on number 5, Nate Rodriguez, third personal.
Jake Cava goes to the line to try to complete the three-point play now.
Back in for the Highlanders, number 52, Drew Overlander. And for the Deacons, number 10, Jake Reinholz.
Waiting to get set now as Jake Cava will attempt the free throw. Cava's attempt drains it, so Jake Cava continues his impressive night. Miller moving up court, got Seville right there on him, gives off over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez trying to make a decision. He goes to Leiter. Miller, quick pass over to Manson, looking to go inside, blocked by Cava, gets it right back. Leiter to Rodriguez. Now to Manson. Now to Leiter, who goes for three, and he gets it.
Leiter
Banked it in off the glass. Again, it's 22 by which they trail. Reinholz over to McKeever, now to Seville. Seville looking. Now Cava throws up a three-pointer and gets it. And you know what, Jared? It seems like every time Valley City hits a three-pointer or gets a big score like that, Shanley has been able to come back and answer with something of their own.
Well, that's just been the Deacons' strong point this game. Just whenever Valley City seems like they have something here, Deacons shut it down on the other side of the court and put up some points.
Fouls on number 20, Jake McKeever. That's his fourth personal. 17 fouls.
Shanley got to be happy with their performance here tonight. Do have to give a lot of credit to Valley City here. They are still really battling. Though they trail by 25 now, they're throwing up those threes and working hard. The free throw from Rodriguez won't fall, and now Cava gives off to Reinholz. Reinholz moving up on the far side of the court. He goes inside looking for two, won't get it, but he gets the foul.
Fouls on number 12, Bradley Miller. That's his 4th personal.
Seafelt into Cava. Cava looking for 2, won't get it. Seafelt right there for the rebound, but it doesn't fall. Rodriguez moving up, trying to get past Seville. Doubles back, looks around, inside now to Nix, who gets 2 on the bank shot. That has been Nix's bread and butter so far tonight. Loves to get in the paint and then bank it in. And then Aaron Seafeld answers right back. That's what we're talking about. Shanley has just been tremendous at going right back and answering. Rodriguez looking for Miller. It's taken away. Reinholtz going up for the layup. He gets it. He's had a couple of those this evening. Rodriguez loses his handle and it goes out of bounds.
Checking back in for the Highliners, number 21, Daylon Allen.
Allen checks in as VC trails by 27 with 4:49 remaining in the game. Quick pass into Nix, who throws up a 2 and gets it.
Levi Nix for 2.
Levi Nix having a nice night. Reinholtz slowing it down, gives off over to Seville. Seville moving in, spins around, goes to Cava. Cava for 3, short off the rim. Seville right there to get the rebound. Looking for someone, he had Cava open, but he gets 2 and possibly 3 now as he picks up the foul.
Fouls on number 21, Daylon. That's his 2nd. 16th foul. Cam Seville at the line, shooting 1.
Seville can't get that one to go, but Shanley now leads this one by 27 points. Allen circles around. Rodriguez has it now. Rodriguez up for 2. It's denied by Cava, but they get him for the foul.
Fouls on number 40, Jake Cava. That's his 4th personal. Team foul. Nate Rodriguez.
Cava picks up his 4th. Rodriguez drains the free throw.
Checking in for the Deacons, number 44, Justin DeKaiser. Number 12,
Timian and DeKaiser come in now. Rodriguez can't get the second one to go, but the rebound from Nix, that won't fall either. Timian lets it go, and it'll be Deacon ball. DeKaiser inbounds to Reinholtz. Reinholtz looking around, goes in himself, throws up a 2, and it won't fall. Rebound grab by Levi Nix. Miller moving in for 2, won't go off the glass. 3:45 left in the game. Reinholtz over to Seafelt. Now back to Reinholtz. Moves in, 2 points, and won't go, and he gets the foul.
Fouls on number 52, Drew Overlander. That's his 2nd. 17th foul.
Overlander picks up his 2nd. And at this time, we would like to just, for a brief moment, say if you've enjoyed watching our ShanleyTV.com broadcasts, please consider making a donation to help us continue to bring you quality programming. We rely on donations to bring you every broadcast, and we need your help to continue to improve the quality of our productions and to add new features for you, the viewer, to enjoy. If you're interested in donating, please contact Joel Shuey at 701-893-3225. Again, that's Joel Shuey at 701-893-3225. Thank you for watching, and thanks for your support of Shanley TV. 81-54 the score now as Miller goes out to Nix, who sends it over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez looking for someone. He's got Nix inside. Nix spins around, goes for 2, won't go, and Timian's there for the rebound. Reinholtz moving up. Goes to Yagi. Yagi goes inside, throws it back outside to Timian. Seafelt now for 3, and Aaron Seafelt gets the 3-pointer. 2:50 and counting on the clock. It is a 30-point lead for Shanley. Pass inside to Nix, who gets 2 for himself. Reinholtz over to DeKaiser, to Seefeld. Seefeld moves inside, throws one up, won't go off the rim. It's out of bounds, tipped by DeKaiser.
Checking in for the Deacons, number 5, Jordan Peterson.
Peterson comes in for Shanley now.
And for the Highliners, rescheduled Sam Byerly. And Matt Leiter.
Seefeld surveys, finds Timian. Then DeKaiser grabs it underneath the hoop, and Justin DeKaiser just launches one up, but it won't go. Hit the top of the backboard and
Also
went out of bounds.
30, Luther Zeltinger.
Allen over to Zeltinger. Zeltinger moves inside, throws one up, won't go. Seefeld tried to get the rebound, went out of bounds. And they'll say it was off of Shanley.
Checking in for the Deacons, number 34, Brandon Bisker.
Bisker in now for Shanley. Beerley to Allen. Now Zeltinger back to Beerley. Beerley moving around, and he's tied up with Yagi, and it'll be jump ball alternating possession. So VC will maintain possession. Zeltinger over to Hushka, out to Allen. Allen now to Zeltinger, who puts one up for 3 that had too much on it. Timian there to get it. Now Peterson has it on the near side, back to Timian. Timian moves in, back out to Peterson. Peterson for 3, he gets it! Zeltinger with Yagi on him, gives it off to Allen. Allen inside the paint, back out to Zeltinger, but he lost it between his legs and it rolls out of bounds. 1:22 left in this one. Shanley leads it by 31. Seefeld over to Timian. To Yagi. Out to Peterson, inside to Seefeld. Seefeld going up for 2, it won't fall. Allen there to grab the rebound. Allen to Hushka. Back over to Allen, who cuts inside, trying to get past Bisker, throws it out to Zeltinger, who puts up a 3 that won't go off the back of the rim. Hushka trying to get the rebound, able to get it, and then get it off to Zeltinger. Great effort there from VC. Now going up was Beerley. He gets fouled, and that will come with 50 seconds left in regulation.
Number 3, Aaron Seefeld, that's his second.
Seefeld picks up his second there.
Sam Byerly at the line.
Beerley's first shot won't go. Trying to get number 2, and it will. Timian takes it now for the Deacons. Timian moving in, going for 2, and he gets it.
Facing Timian for 2.
Yagi trying to contain Zeltinger. He goes over to Hushka. Hushka looking for a man. To Beerley. Beerley back to Zeltinger, and they get him for a travel. So 28 seconds remain in this game. It is a 32-point lead for Shanley. And with those 28 seconds left, Shanley should be able to run this one out. Timian holding it at half court. Moving that ball around. Yagi with Hushka on him. Gonna go back to Seefeld. 10 seconds left now. Seefeld bounce pass over to Timian. Just moving it around, and then a travel. We'll stop this one with 4 seconds left. So Allen will inbound to Beerley, and as the clock winds down, Beerley moves inside, ball rolls, and the clock runs out.
Shanley Deacons 89, Valley City 57.
So after 2 halves of play, Shanley takes this one 89-57, and leading the way for the Deacons was, of course, Jake Cava. And Jared, if you want to comment, who are some of your key players for both these squads in today's game?
It's going to be Jake Cava and Christian, or
Levi Nix might be your man?
Levi Nix and Rodriguez for the Highliners. Definitely scoring a lot of their points, making a lot of their chances happen. And for the Deacons, it's going to be Cava. He scored a lot of points along with Chrisman, taking a lot of bulk of their three-pointers and making a lot of them, racking up a ton of points.
Overall, a very impressive performance from the Deacons. Before we go, we would just like to mention some of our upcoming broadcasts. Be sure to join us next week here on Shanley TV as the South Shanley Bruins face Davies in boys hockey at 7:30. That's on Thursday, December the 15th. On Friday the 16th, we'll air boys and girls varsity basketball as Shanley faces off against Wapaton. The boys will begin at 5:45, followed by the girls at 7:30. Finally, we'll finish off the week with hockey again as South Shanley plays Grafton at 7:30 on Saturday, December the 17th, right here on Shanley TV. You can find a list of all our upcoming winter sports broadcasts by going to shanleytv.com and clicking on the upcoming broadcast tab. Well, for tonight, though, for Jared Fowler and our entire crew, your final score from Fargo, the Shanley Deacons 89, Valley City Highliners 57. To watch the archived version of this entire game and our other broadcasts, go to shanleytv.com. The proceeding has been a presentation of Shanley TV.